that you know, just election is not, the process is also not completed.
All right, Ramesh Janitala, thank you very, very much, sir, for being with us. Let me just, Veera, to you, two issues over here. Obviously, the performance of the Congress party in Kerala, they'd be very pleased with that. The issue of Chief Minister is number one. But if we just focus to Tamil Nadu and the breaking news coming in of the Congress party being in talks with the TVK, how exactly or how do you see that potentially?
I think this is premature at the moment because the numbers have still not formed up. But let's not forget, Vishnu, that the Congress had genuinely several people. Praveen Chakravarti was here in the morning and he said, look, there was a genuine effort, there was an offer that was made, there was communication between the two sides. I think the TVK wanted the alliance with the Congress stuck with the DMK. And in hindsight, it's been a terrible mistake on the part of the Congress. No, if they got even 20-30 seats, and with the Congress, TVK could have got a great number. Now, if it's going to firm up around this number, Vishnu, where it's 105 right now,
105 right now
for the TVK, TVK still needs 12 more to get the magic mark. 117 is the magic mark. The Congress does not have enough numbers. Now, everyone's going to take a beeline, stand outside Panayur residence of Vijay and say, please, sir, Vanakkam, take us in your party.
Yeah, Vanakkam, but he's not going to say Vanakkam.
He's going to say, no, Vanakkam, well done.
So, do we still have Vasudha with us? All right, Vasudha, sorry I interrupted you earlier on. You broke this news of the Congress trying to have its open lines of communication with the TVK. Realistically, given the fact that the Congress doesn't really have those numbers, how exactly do they intend to make a difference?
Well, this is also the Congress thinking a long-term, Vishnu, and this is not often that the party does this. There are also factions within the Congress party. There is one that's led by Praveen Chakravarti, Manikam Tagore and several others, and there's also one that's led by Mr. Khadge and P. Chidambaram, who believe, that the DMK-Congress alliance should have stayed, and of course that stayed. But yes, now what we understand is that talks have begun between these leaders, and these are two leaders extremely close to Vijay in the TVK, and of course one leader very close to Rahul Gandhi. We'll have to wait and see. At some point, Rahul Gandhi is also expected to talk to Vijay today, is what we understand. We'll get more on this as numbers firm up and the trend analyzed, and there'll be some clarity on how many seats does Vijay actually need. But this is also Congress trying to ensure that it has a long-term strategy TVK in place, because for the Congress party, it's not just the state elections that matter. The parliamentary elections are also going to be very important.
Vasudha Madhavan Narayan here has just come up with a nice tagline. He says all political parties, I said all political parties will be outside Panayur residence trying to say Vanakkam Vijay. He says he may not want to say Vanakkam to me. So what do you think? Do you think the TVK is actually in the quest for allies now? Because none of them stood by the TVK when the TVK needed them most, which was before the alliance. Do you think the TVK will just wait it out, because definitely the numbers will come its way?
Absolutely, Veera. In fact, all these fans are just, practicing the, swearing in lines that he would be taking, the lines that he would utter, he would have to say during the oath-taking ceremony. For the fans and supporters of TVK, it does not matter that he has not really reached a majority mark, because at 105, they seem to have really, placed him as the Chief Minister of the state. But yes, technicalities are important, and he has to get that 117 to reach.
I just wanted to come in and ask
the Chief Minister of the state.
Narayanji, how exactly is this going to work? Because it's more than just a technicality.
There is one huge moral Rubicon has to be crossed. Congress can be talking to TVK with whatever in mind, but isn't it funny that it has actually won whatever seats it has, 5 or 7, in alliance with the DMK, and so it's like you're winning with the votes of DMK implicit in your constituencies and going and tying up with this. You can't do an NCP so easily, because at least in the case of NCP, it was a formal split. In this case, it's so,
so it becomes a legal issue, right? If you're part of it.
No, there's no legal issue. Congress party can go, party contested on the hand ticket. Now, let's not forget, pre-poll alliance is different from a post-poll reality. The Congress was not given the number of seats that it wanted. It has taken 2 Rajya Sabha seats from the DMK. One now, one later. What was the promise? If we have the numbers later, you'll get it. So they're not getting the 2nd Rajya Sabha, because the one that was already given, they can't get the 2nd Rajya Sabha. Now it's perfectly fine. It's open, free for all. Anyone can go anywhere as a party. Only thing is that DMK guys cannot go, party. If you're part of a party, if you won in a symbol, then you can't support.
But how is the Congress done? How is the Congress
Exactly.
done by...
Congress is now at about 4 seats, Vishnu.
So they're still short.
No, they're very short. Look, you are talking
they're
of
clearly short. So this
No,
is the
but I
moot.
would-
This is the moot point at this moment.
Yeah, but
right?
no, that-
The lines of communication are open.
No, but Vishnu, when a star has 105 seats,
It's within striking range.
if the rest of no, I'm just saying that if any of the rest of the parties conspire and do not allow him to become CM, he will come back with 234 seats.
Narayan Lakshman, how do you...
I would like
how
to
do you
know
see
this.
it? I'll just come.
That is sort of the supply side. The demand side is what Vijay him and his TVK want.
Yeah.
And for them, this is an opportunity to make a clean break with the so-called Dravidian politics mode. And so Congress is ideal. And of course, they'll have the ragtag of 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 seats added on. And so he'll have to push to get to that.
I'd like to draw your attention to the AIADMK tally of 58, which actually includes some of the other minor...
AMMK, BJP.
PMK particularly.
PMK, AMMK and BJP.
Yeah, so those leave BJP aside because technically Vijay is on record that he's supposed to be anti-Stalin and anti-Modi.
Okay, all right, both of you hold on for...
Look at those parties.
We will do that. But for the moment, let's go straight across to my colleague Vedika Sood. She's been reporting from Kolkata. It is... it is absolutely shocking. There were many, including me, who felt that Mamata Banerjee being defeated in Bengal would be quite difficult, possibly unlikely. Vedika, what is the latest that you're getting? Just about an hour back, Mamata Banerjee issued a statement where she told her party workers...
Vishnu, and this is the reason why. This is what victory looks outside the BJP office. The party was happening inside with loud music. Now they've got a tempo outside with bigger speakers, louder music, saffron gulal all over. You can see people are absolutely colored in gulal. The dance continues here. The jhalmuri distribution continues. The sandesh distribution continues. And we're told it'll continue all evening. These are the scenes we've been witnessing for the last 3 hours inside the BJP office on a historic day for a party that in 2016 had single digits in the assembly elections, then had double digits, and this time has had a sweeping victory. And the party will continue here. You have leaders, top leaders from the BJP streaming in. They're coming in absolute white kurtas. They're walking out in saffron tinges because of the gulal that is being thrown around. You can see the BJP flags all around. This is just outside the entrance to the BJP office. In fact, even the images of the Prime Minister inside that have been stuck on the gates have been put. He has gulal on his face there on those images. That's the level of celebration here outside the office of the BJP. Back to you.
Vedika, we'll come back to you in a little while. Huge celebrations over there, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more. But we did speak to the man of the moment in Bengal, Suvendu Adhikari. Here's what he said.
बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो, आपने तो क्रांति कर दी। ऐसे स्टेट में आप बीजेपी को ले गए जहां इससे पहले बीजेपी कभी जीती नहीं है।
देखिए, जनता को बधाई दे रहा हूं। कंप्लीटली मिसरूल के खिलाफ जनता ने वोट किया और पूरा अब हर ईवीएम हिंदू कंसोलिडेशन और 7% स्विंग हुआ। इस बार जितना गाली, जितना अत्याचार ममता बनर्जी हिंदू लोग को ऊपर दिया, हिंदू ने मुंह तोड़ जवाब ईवीएम में दे दिया।
शुभेंदु दा, आप तो खुश होने चाहिए, ऐसे डांस करना चाहिए, एक्साइटेड होना चाहिए। आप तो इतना सीरियस टाइप का जवाब दे रहे हैं। आपने ऐसा किया जो श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के टाइम से बीजेपी वाले सोच रहे, ड्रीम कर रहे करने की, लेकिन आज तक कभी हो नहीं पाया।
नहीं, हम हर कार्यकर्ता इसमें पार्टिसिपेट किया। हम लोग को जो मैं तो कुछ मेरा छोटा भूमिका था, लेकिन पूरा कार्यकर्ता खास करके 300 बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता आपने बलिदान दिया ना, उसका ये जीत उनका इसका है। 300 बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता बलिदान दिया।
आपसे जब मुलाकात हुई, आपका जब इंटरव्यू हुआ, आप 170 बोल रहे थे, अभी तो 200 के पास चल रहा है। आपने तो दीदी को एकदम धो डाला।
हाँ, धो तो डाला है। तो ये देखिए, यहाँ आध्यात्मिक कैपिटल है देश का, ये कल्चरल कैपिटल है देश का बंगाल। इसको ममता बनर्जी जिस तरीके से खत्म किया, और इसमें जनता का जीत है, मोदी जी का जीत है। मोदी जी ने खुद कैंपेन का लीड किया है, उन्होंने काफी मेहनत किया है। मैं जनता और मोदी जी को आभार प्रकट करता हूँ।
आप नेक्स्ट चीफ मिनिस्टर हो गए वेस्ट बंगाल के, पार्टी ने बहुत हद तक क्लियर कर दिया। हाउ डज इट फील टू बी द चीफ मिनिस्टर?
आई एम नॉट पासिंग एनी कमेंट। अब मेरा पास कम्युनिकेशन नहीं है। मैं अभी पूरा प्रदेश में शांति ठीक रहे। कोई भी टीएमसी जिस तरीके से गुंडागर्दी करता था, जो भी भ्रष्टाचारी है, गुंडा है, वो जेल में जाएगा कानून के अंदर। लेकिन जितना 2021 में पोस्ट पोल वायलेंस हुआ, इस तरीके से कोई काम हम लोग करने नहीं दूंगा।
पोल वायलेंस ना हो उसको कैसे इंश्योर करेंगे? पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस वहां रहेंगी सर।
हम लोग का कंट्रोल है यार, आप लोग मान के चलिए ना। मैं इसमें कोई कम्युनल बात नहीं बता रहा हूँ। हिंदू लोग एरोगेंट नहीं होता।
ये कंचन गुप्ता है, आप जानते हैं उनको?
कल्चर में एरोगेंसी नहीं है।
कंचन गुप्ता आपको कांग्रेचुलेट करना चाहते हैं और आपसे बात भी करना चाहते हैं। शुवेंदु दा, कंचन दा, let me just bring my laptop across. Suvendu Adhikari, yes, yes.
শুভেন্দু বাবু,
নমস্কার নমস্কার।
কেমন আছেন?
আমি আছি, আমি গণনা মনিটরিং করছি। আমি এমনি কমফোর্টেবল, গোটা 200-র কাছাকাছি সিট যাচ্ছে। আর ভবানীপুরে মুসলিম এলাকা কাউন্ট শেষ হয়ে গেছে। মমতা ব্যানার্জি 11,000 মতো লিড নিয়েছে। এবারে আমি কভার করে নেব, হিন্দু এলাকা বাকি আছে।
शुभेंदु बाबू, अभी देखने को जो मिल रहा है कि जितने भी बॉर्डर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज हैं वहां पर भाजपा इतना शानदार रिजल्ट कर रहा है। इन साउथ 24 परगनास जहां पर पार्टी की कोई जगह नहीं थी, आपने वहां पर कब्जा कर लिया है। डायमंड हार्बर में कर लिया है। इसकी कोर रीजन क्या है, कोर कारण क्या है?
इसका एक ही रीजन है, घुसपैठिया। जिस तरीके से डेमोग्राफी चेंज किया, उसका खिलाफ ही वोट हुआ।
मैं आपसे एक और सवाल करना चाहता हूं, महिलाओं ने किसको वोट दिया इस बार?
देखिए, वोट हिंदू माने मेल फीमेल में नहीं हुआ। अब यहाँ हिंदू कंसोलिडेशन हुआ है। हिंदू महिलाओं बीजेपी को वोट किया। साथ में इस बार आदिवासी वोट काफी मिला हम लोग को।
ये पद्मजा जोशी हैं, कैंपेन को बड़े जोरों से कवर किया था। वो आपसे सवाल पूछना चाहती है। पद्मजा, आई एम सॉरी, दिस इज जस्ट लाइव ऑन द फ्लाई। यस पद्मजा, गो फॉर इट। यस
शुभेंदु दा,
थैंक यू
सब भालो। आई एम वेरी वेल सर, आई एम वेरी वेल। आपने बहुत धुआंधार प्रचार किया। आपके खुद के क्षेत्र में तो पूरा क्लीन स्वीप हुआ है। ट्राइबल वोट बहुत पड़ा है आपको। इस बार आपने जंगल महल में भी स्वीप किया, नॉर्थ में भी स्वीप किया। डायमंड हार्बर मॉडल अभी भी कायम है। एक ही सीट वहां पर अभी बढ़त दिख रही है, उसमें थोड़ा सेंधमारी की कोशिश अभी भी है।
हाँ, वहाँ थोड़ा तो वो लोग डराने का काम किया और वहाँ डेमोग्राफी ज्यादा चेंज हुआ था। इसलिए जहाँ जहाँ डेमोग्राफी चेंज हुआ वहाँ इस तरीके से हुआ है। आने वाला दिन में सब ठीक ठाक हो जाएगा। हमारी तो 189 चल रहा है, ये बड़ा अंतर, बाकी हम लोग संभाल लेगा।
शुवेंदु दा, आपने वहां पे भी अच्छा किया जहां पे बंगाली भद्र लोग थे और लोगों को लग रहा था कि इन एरियाज में आ ही नहीं सकती। कोलकाता के इर्द गिर्द एक बंगाली भद्र लोग जो मान नहीं रहा था बीजेपी जीतेगी। बोरिया मजुमदार हमारे साथ है, वो आपसे बात करना चाहते हैं। यस
শুভেন্দু বাবু, প্রথমত কংগ্রাচুলেশনস। দুটো প্রশ্ন। ভালো, হ্যাঁ আপনাকেও। দুটো প্রশ্ন। এক, আগের বারের ইলেকশনের পরে আমরা প্রচুর গন্ডগোল দেখেছি। কলকাতায় 200 বছরের বাস, উত্তর কলকাতা, এটা কিভাবে সাধারণ মানুষকে আপনার মুখ থেকে শুনলে সবাই বলবেন, এটা কিভাবে আটকাবেন? দ্বিতীয়ত,
বিজেপি বা আমাদের সনাতনী রাষ্ট্রবাদীদের কালচার এগুলো নয়। আটকানো মানে এখানে হবে না, কিছু হবে না। ওই ধরনের ভায়োলেন্ট করতে পারে জামাতি মাইন্ডসেটের লোকজন। আমরা যারা রাষ্ট্রভক্ত লোকজন আছি এবং সনাতন কালচার মানি, গীতাকে মানি, আমরা এইসব কালচারে নেই। আমরা যেটুকু যদি ছোটখাটো কিছু ঘটে, আমি এবং আমার প্রদেশ অধ্যক্ষ সভাপতি আমরা দুজন সামলে নেব।
দ্বিতীয়ত আমরা যেটা আমি ইংরেজিতে জিজ্ঞেস করছি। so there are parts of Calcutta, Suvendu Babu, where we have kind of seen over the last couple of years, when we only have traveled as Bengalis, we did not feel great about it, because a certain community, there were things like, rules are not the same for Bengalis, Hindus and Muslims. There was there was polarization of a certain sort, and even the Hindus were feeling that. Very inside Calcutta, take Raja Bajar, take Metia Buruj, both north and south. You are talking about consolidation. Was that one of the reasons, and did TMC not see the writing on the wall?
Due to their vote bank politics, EMC did this type of unethical job. It's a high appeasement politics. Due to this ground, the demography has been changed in Calcutta surroundings area. All are infiltrators. They are coming through border. The Mamata Banerjee government not provided land to the BSF. This is the main reason. Further reason, the entire Bengali, Hindu and all other true patriotic people, they are united, they are casted their vote in favor of Lotus, and the outcome is now coming.
जाने माने जर्नलिस्ट एडिटर हैं वीर सांघवी, वो एक क्विकली आपसे सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं. यस वीर, शुवेंदु दादा.
Shubhendu, just a basic question. What will you do apart from this Hindu-Muslim stuff which you've gone on and on about? What will you do in Bengal that will be very different?
Please tell me again.
You've talked about Hindu consolidation, people's concerns about infiltration, which is valid and probably accounts to your victory. But my question is, once you get away from that, once you come to power in Bengal, what will you do that is different?
No. You saw in Assam, Tripura, after BJP came to the power, the infiltrators issue already overcome. The double engine Sarkar will perform properly, and central state relation will sort out this problem.
सवाल ये शिव अरूर हमारे मैनेजिंग एडिटर है एनडीटीवी 24/7 के. शुवेंदु दा, जाने से पहले एक सवाल शिव अरूर आपसे करना चाहते हैं. शिव.
Suvendu da, this entire election, previous election also was framed as, the BJP is a party of the Hindi heartland, Bengali identity samajhte nahi hai BJP wale. Do you think that has been disproved now? Outsider, insider wala politics?
Yes, outsider, insider, it's Mamata Banerjee's very cheap politics. The people rejected it. You know it very well. One Bengali Hindu, renowned, respected Hindu, Bharat Kesari Dr. Shama Prasad Mukherjee, formed this party. This party is functioning under the ideology of the Dr. Shama Prasad Mukherjee. The people rejected it. It's a Mamata Banerjee, very cheap politics.
Suvendu, one final question. At this moment in Bhavanipur, it's been going up and down. Mamata Banerjee is currently in the lead. Previously, she was trailing. How is it looking for you in Bhavanipur? You are still known as a giant slayer from Nandigram in the last time.
I am hopeful because the Muslim area 63, 67, 77 ward already covered. My calculation inside was that she may lead 20,000, but now she is leading 16,000. The entire Mamata's vote bank area are now covered.
ये पश्चिम बंगाल के दो जाने पहचाने जर्नलिस्ट हैं, वो आपको कंग्रेचुलेट करना चाहते हैं. खत्म करने से पहले जयंत घोषाल आपको कंग्रेचुलेट करना चाहते हैं.
Suvendu, congratulations. জয়ন্ত বলছি।
কালকে রাতে বলেছেন দেখেছি।
হ্যাঁ দেখেছেন টুমরো আই সেড না আমার একটাই প্রশ্ন আছে। থ্যাংক ইউ
ডিফারেন্স অফ অ্যানালাইসিস
থ্যাংক ইউ ইয়েস না শুভেন্দু একটা প্রশ্ন করব তুমি কি আর ইউ লাইক টু শিফট ইউর অফিস টু এগেইন রাইটার্স বিল্ডিং or you will go to Nabanno?
It's a BJP
major decision এটা
we are working in collective leadership. It's a national party. We will sit and discuss all the
writers একটা heritage building.
No. I am not thinking any regional party or personal party.
Right.
अच्छा महुआ चैटर्जी आपको कंग्रेचुलेट करना चाह रही है. महुआ
কনগ্রাচুলেশন শুভেন্দু বাবু,
জয় মা কালী, জয় মা কালী।
আপনাকে একটাই প্রশ্ন করছি, অনেকে অনেক প্রশ্ন করেছে। I would like to ask you that since you were the one who defeated Mamata Banerjee in Nandigram last time, and if the final results in Bhavanipur are such that you defeat her in Bhavanipur, you should be the undoubted leader and the chief ministerial candidate.
No, I am not passing this sensitive question. BJP is collective leadership under the great leadership of Narendra Modi. We fought this election and results are coming. No problem.
अच्छा शुभिमा कृष्ण आपसे पूछना चाहते हैं कृष्ण
With the consultation of the elected MLAs.
Thank you.
शुभेंदु one last question
जोड़ा इंग्लिश कबे আসছে
Thank you.
जोड़ा इंग्लिश कबे
ধন্যবাদ হবে।
हाँ जोड़ा इंग्लिश कबे আসছে
okay we'll leave it there I really don't want to drag my luck on this I don't want to drag my luck on this but that's the अच्छा शुभेंदु दा मनोज्ञा लोईवाल आ रही है वो आपसे बहुत कीन है पूछने के लिए आप जाइए मत एक मिनट रुकिए वो काफी देर से आपके कैंपेन को ट्रैक कर रही है भागते हुए आ रही है हमारे हिंदी स्टूडियो से दौड़ते हुए आ रही कह रही मुझे भी बात करनी है मनोज्ञा लोईवाल शुभेंदु अधिकारी
दादा नमस्कार।
गिरा मत देना मेरे लैपटॉप को गो ऑन
কালকে বলেছিলেন 190 প্লাস হবে। अच्छा आपको मैं आपका राहुल एक बड़ी
गो ऑन
कल हमारी जो बात हुई थी तो आपने कहा था कि जो आंकड़े हैं वही रहेंगे। क्या मैं भावी मुख्यमंत्री से बात कर रही हूँ शुभेंदु?
वो नहीं सवाल का जवाब नहीं दे रहे और कुछ पूछो
और कुछ पूछे तो मुझे ये बताइए आज के की खाबेन झालमुड़ी ना माछेर झोल?
you celebrate
All झली माछेर झोल with रसगुल्ला।
ओ बाबा
ये थोड़ा रसगुल्ला हमको भी भेज देना आफ्टर विनिंग इन दिस फैशन इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट
सब होगा। चलिए now counting is going.
खाली एक आखिरी सवाल, शिशिर बाबू से बात हुई, उन्होंने क्या बोला? शिशिर बाबू इज हिज फादर।
My father is always blessed me.
ठीक है, ऑल द बेस्ट दादा, शाम को फिर बात होगी।
थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड मेनी कंग्रेचुलेशंस
All right, Suvendu Adhikari, very much the man of the moment. In case you're just tuning in now, here's the reason he is the man of the moment. These are absolutely staggering numbers. People who would have said or who have been saying that defeating Mamata Banerjee in Bengal is absolutely impossible. Take a look at this. The BJP at 190, the Trinamool down to under 3 digits at 98. The left, in a sense, staging a micro mini sort of comeback with 2. They hadn't done very much. The Congress, again, the left and the Congress, non-players in Bengal. Both parties had once dominated this political sort of scenario in the state. But what would be interesting to actually do is to break it actually down and see where the BJP has gained most, where the Trinamool has actually lost out. So if we go through some of the regions, the Bardwan region first, it's the BJP, and this is the Bardwan region in the west of Bengal. The BJP at 37 in terms of leads over here, the Trinamool Congress at 17. So this is where the BJP has gained over the Trinamool Congress. But if you ask me, perhaps the most decisive area which has gone completely against the Trinamool Congress is Medinipur. The BJP at 53 in terms of leads over here, and the Trinamool Congress absolutely devastated. Joyantada, would you like to come in and sort of take a look at Medinipur itself? How is it that this difference is as stark as it is? Because if the Trinamool were to get close to the BJP, they would have had to have done phenomenally better in Medinipur.
It's a very important point. Number one, rural Bengal was TMC's stronghold.
Yeah.
And now BJP is, has captured this area. And SIR effect, it is less in this area.
Right.
It's not border area.
Right.
So SIR impact on this result, that also will be oversimplification. So
all right, hold on for half a second. I've got GVL Narasimha Rao of the BJP also joining me over here. Congratulations. Absolutely remarkable performance by the BJP. This entire conversation, GVL Narasimha Rao, of insider versus outsider has been decidedly thrown aside as far as Bengal is concerned. I'm looking at various regions, looking at Medinipur, where the gap between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress is whopping. The BJP at 53, the Trinamool at 3. Can you explain why or how the BJP did so well in South West Bengal?
Vishnu, good afternoon to you, all the guests in the studio, all the anchors in the studio. I think it's not just in one region, it's a sweep across Bengal. For a party that has won 77 seats and to become the opposition party, today we have again made almost a three-time jump in our tally, closing almost nearing 200 seats. I think it's a sweep across West Bengal, and particularly in regions which have seen a big jump in turnout. I think even seats which were considered to be a fortress, considered to be citadel for Trinamool Congress, the BJP has been able to win such seats because people of Bengal have decided that it's time for them to really throw out the present incumbent government out of power. And West Bengal, I think people certainly see the development, the kind of rapid strides in development that different states of the country have seen under the rule of the BJP. And therefore they feel it's always good to have a double engine government with a positive approach towards developing the state hand in hand with the central government. The Trinamool Congress, by becoming a hurdle in this development, in this process of development, people said, well, let's get rid of the TMC. But one point I'd like to make about the Tamil Nadu discussion that you were having. The Congress, I think there was a lot of discussion about how Congress could become a player. The Congress is insignificant in Tamil Nadu. The numbers that
all that they have said is that their lines are open. It means nothing because, as you correctly said, the phone call is open, but nobody is dialing, or so they statistically don't have the numbers. So it's a they've kept the phone open. That's about it. So there's nothing more. But GVL Narasimha Rao, just hold on for half a second. I wanted to bring in Moa as well, because one of the areas in Bengal where the BJP has really consolidated is in Siliguri, Jalpaiguri, the Darjeeling Hill, the Dwards region. This region, Manogia, very close to me. I'm a St. Paul's Paulite. I studied over here for some time. The BJP at 27, the Congress at 0, the left at 0, the Trinamool at 0. Now this is an area more that the BJP has held, has been strong. How have they gone up even further?
I'm not surprised with the North Bengal result right now, the way the leads are showing, because that has been, North Bengal has from 2019 onwards, when BJP first started its major inroads into the state, those are the regions that it had consolidated on. Even in 2021, most of its seats for the assembly election, most of its 77 seats came from the northern parts. The surprise part is the southern Bengal. But you were on Bhavanipur just before this, and I just wanted to make two short points. One is Midnapur is bordering Orissa for Bengal, and the turnaround in Orissa some time back, with the BJP coming into a full majority government there for the first time, has certainly had an impact on its border district, and the that adds on to the Suvendu Adhikari factor, who is a leader from Midnapur. So this, that entire saffron belt, it's a Suvendu consolidation to a great extent.
There's a very interesting factor to it. Jhargram and Midnapur and the surrounding areas, especially Bankura, Purulia, have a very strong population of tribals in that area. Exactly. BJP, I say and I repeat it on record, that BJP from vocal in 2021 to when local in 2026, they picked up issues like Alchiki language in this part of the state. Jhargram and surrounding areas have a challenge that they want their language recognition there, and that's how they use this local issue to also extending 294 charge sheets in every constituency against the Trinamool Congress or the incumbent MLA. Even in their own districts where they had their own MLAs, they ensured that they had another part of it where they wanted to catch hold of whatever the problems people had locally with the state government. Now imagine someone in Calcutta had an issue like bad roads that was being used in Calcutta, but someone in Jhargram had a bigger issue like an Alchiki language to be included that was being used in Bardhaman. Job opportunities, chakri chai. It was not a Hindi or an English election, it was absolute Bangla elections, only putting in fray leaders who have had language efficiency in Bangla, and also two faces need special mention today. Sunil Bansal, who's been working since 2002, has made almost more than 100 rounds across the state of West Bengal of 294 constituencies. Bhupendra Yadav, the real Chanakya of this election, who has worked silently and made more than 15 rounds of the entire state since he hit the roads in September last year. I asked him that, do you think who's winning? He said, Manogyam Sarkar bana rahe. I gave a very smug smile and said, okay, this is Bengal, welcome to Bengal. Who believes that? But that was September 2025. And till last week when I spoke to him, I think what I have tweeted, predictions of 190 seats, that's what is bang on.
Okay,
but
Bhavya,
that's also on the ground.
Manogya, hold on for a second. We've got Bhavya Narasimhamurthy of the Congress party. Bhavya, thank you very much for being with us. You know, we'll talk about various states, but I think let's start with Tamil Nadu, because what we are now actually told is that the Congress party has got its phone lines open for the TVK. Is that correct? Is that what you're actually looking at this time around? You know, you've got some conversation happening with the TVK?
That's left to the High Command to decide on, and it's too early. Maybe by end of today we will have a clarity regarding this. Yeah, it's too early to comment on that right now.
So, interesting though, I mean that there is some sort of conversation happening, but you aren't confirming it one way or the other, is your point?
Yeah, because it depends on a high command, right?
All right, well,
they are the ones to decide.
Well, it's a pretty fluid situation, but the other question, of course, to ask you is the overall look at Assam. Now, this has been an extremely disappointing performance for the Congress party in Assam. The BJP just short of 100, the Congress at 23. Gaurav Gogoi, your big star, hasn't been successful in Assam at all. What do you account, or how can you account for these numbers? You're actually down 8 if these leads translate into results from last time around.
We definitely expected better, but it's not up to our expectation. We are definitely disappointed about this. And considering Hemant Biswa Sharma, one of the most corrupt Chief Minister of India, it was really important for us to defeat him. And for his crass comments on our leaders or whatever, his corrupt administration, everything that needed to be taught a lesson. But sadly, this was below our expectation, but I'm really happy about our performance in Kerala.
But one other question, Bhavya, before I ask my panelists also to jump in over here. The BJP says that there is a certain lack of connect between Gaurav Gogoi and the state and people in the state. How would you respond to that?
Of course, he's a member of parliament, so mostly his work will be in Delhi. But during elections, he was there campaigning, he was there involved in every issue related to the state. And he was he was the face completely, who was opposing Hemant Biswa Sharma head on. He took, head on against the incumbent Chief Minister.
Madhavan, you had
He was fully there in the state, although he was an MP.
I think my question to you, Bhavya, is that whether it's Assam or Bengal, do you think there is room for introspection in Congress beyond slamming a leader who's already won? I mean, you may say anything about Hemant Biswa Sharma, or for that matter, in Bengal also, BJP has won. Where do you think is the room for introspection in Congress, or is there any room at all?
These images, meanwhile, are from Kolkata of Mamata Banerjee leaving. But Bhavya, go ahead. Yeah.
We do not have many seats in Trinamool in West Bengal. No, we definitely have room for introspection. Definitely. In Assam, we have not fared very well, and Bengal. Congress.
All right, Bhavya, I'm sorry to interrupt you for half a second. We've got some live images now coming in from Kolkata. Mamata Banerjee has left her residence. My colleague Shreyashi is tracking the movements of Mamata Banerjee. It seems that the Trinamool Congress down and out. She will not be Chief Minister. Remarkable performance by the BJP. What is Mamata Banerjee saying? Shreyashi.
Well, Shiv, what it seems like, she is going towards the counting center for Bhavanipur. Of course, yes, she's taken the turn towards the counting center. Remember earlier,
She made allegations that there were load sheddings in these strong rooms, and of course she has been saying there's been slow counting, and as a candidate and as someone who has very, very high stakes in this election, she's going in person to the counting centers to meet her cadres, her councillors who have been here since morning. She stormed out of her residence in Kalighat just a short while ago. We took the wrong routes because of course there was the CM convoy, and now she has gone to the counting center. We will be getting you all that details from here in Kolkata, as of course the leads since the morning have been giving BJP an edge here in West Bengal, something that the Trinamool Congress had not expected. And you know, interestingly, right outside the counting center there is BJP celebrations as well. And now with the Chief Minister going to the counting center, we are going to be expecting her to speak to the media. She did not say much when she came out of her residence in Kalighat, which had an isolated look which we've not seen before here in West Bengal. And now here at the counting center, she has gone in to check. She has got a slight edge over Suvendu Adhikari from this particular seat in Bhavanipur. But of course, as the party chief, she has gone inside the counting center to see the process that is taking place, and here BJP workers are raising slogans against the Chief Minister, and central force has been stepped up.
Yes, Shreyashi, please go ahead. We are listening to you. Mamata Banerjee going to that counting center. She's entering that counting center as a contestant. She has the rights to do that. But please carry on with what we are seeing. You mentioned there were some BJP protests as well. Please describe for us what you're seeing. Okay, I think there's a bit of a police presence over there. We'll come back to her in a little while. Moa, I think it's interesting, about an hour and a half, 2 hours back, Mamata Banerjee issued a statement where she said that the true results would only become evident when the next rounds of counting take place, and she said that the Election Commission had slowed down or stopped counting in approximately 100 seats. Is there any logic in that, or is this somebody who's not willing to confront the truth of what faces Bengal?
Maybe both, because one thing is for sure, for the last more than an hour or close to an hour, we are also watching the same figures on West Bengal on our screens here.
It's been stuck at 194, 95.
Yes,
right?
And that's been, I think, almost more than an hour now. So something definitely is, I mean, for some reason, counting must have been stalled, or they are not coming out, the results.
Tamil Nadu, it's even down now. TVK is down to 101-2 now.
But there's movement. But in the West Bengal panel, there is no movement for quite some time now. And I'm watching my ECI thing on the phone here. Same thing. It's been static.
ECI will be even slower.
Static for a while. But so, I mean, there might be something, since we are not there on the spot, but she's also
something as sensational as it seems unlikely.
No, but I am coming to that. But whatever the leads are, in fact, from the morning, we are sitting here from 7, I think, in the morning, and so we've seen the opening scores, and till now, it was only for a very short while that TMC took the lead, and ever since BJP has been increasing its leads over TMC. So as of now, it seems unlikely that this whole scenario will completely change. So, but let's see.
All right, let's go back to Shreyashi, who's over there. We've got the line back with her. Is it tense over there right now? BJP workers outside, tell us what's happening.
Well, the BJP workers are right here. They are raising slogans, and we did see them celebrating already. And why not? It has been an unprecedented result for them. And we have seen how in 2021 BJP workers were attacked by the Trinamool Congress. So the BJP workers coming out in large numbers right outside the counting station. As for security, there are 3 layers of security. There's central paramilitary forces, there are Kolkata police senior officials, as well as the constables over here. and barricades that have been put up so that no one reaches them to enter the strong room and the counting center, which is just down the lane here in Lotsinha Road. Interestingly, this also houses the BSF office here as well as the special branch office of the Kolkata police. So it's a highly secured area. But of course, remembering the kind of strong room showdown that Kolkata saw just 4 days ago, the ECI does not want to take any chance. CM security also present. Now the Chief Minister has of course issued the videos on her social media page, but this is the first time that she has come out and gone to the counting center. This is something again, Shiv, that has not happened before here under her tenure. The Chief Minister usually doesn't go to the counting center, her polling agent does. If I can recall correctly, in 2021 for the by-polls, Firad Hakim had come in on behalf of the Chief Minister along with his daughter to go check on the numbers that were coming out round by round. But this time, the kind of margins and the kind of lead that the BJP has got shows that the Trinamool Congress has a lot to go back and see where they went wrong. But of course, we are waiting for the Chief Minister to come out and then address the media. She is not given up as yet, and that is clear from the body language when she left her residence. She's come to the counting center, and we are going to be expecting her to address the media shortly. Back to you.
I think that's important, and we'll be watching out for what Mamata Banerjee has to say. She's been fairly defiant throughout the afternoon, despite the numbers being against her. But I do believe that Moa makes an important point that in terms of the pace of the count of the votes, it seems to have gone slow in Bengal along the lines of what Mamata Banerjee said, but I would suggest that these numbers are now absolutely glaringly in favor of the BJP. I don't suppose that there would be, a last change or a quick last-minute change in this. What we can now bring you is shots of celebration as far as the BJP is concerned. BJP workers feasting on a meal of fish curry and rice, as trends clearly indicate a victory, a landslide one at that, for the party in state assembly elections. Can I suggest that this jhalmudi business has been overstated? As a Bengali, I can tell you, we have far, far better things to eat than jhalmudi. It's very easy for, and can I use the two words non-Bengalis, to be associating, jhalmudi with cuisine in Bengal. I can assure you it's not. If you want snacks, the puchkar is way superior to jhalmudi. Leave it over there. We'll come back in half a second.
It's a case of March.
Sorry, you touched a nerve over there.
March ado about nothing.
As I said,
शुभेंदु दा बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो, आपने तो क्रांति कर दी। ऐसे स्टेट में आप बीजेपी को ले गए जहां इससे पहले बीजेपी कभी जीती नहीं है।
देखिए, जनता को बधाई दे रहा हूँ। कंप्लीटली मिसरूल के खिलाफ जनता ने वोट किया और पूरा आप हर ईवीएम में देखिए हिंदू कंसोलिडेशन और 7% स्विंग हुआ। इस बार जितना गाली, जितना अत्याचार ममता बनर्जी हिंदू लोग को ऊपर दिया, हिंदू ने मुंह तोड़ जवाब ईवीएम में दे दिया।
शुभेंदु दा, आप तो खुश होने चाहिए, ऐसे डांस करना चाहिए, एक्साइटेड होना चाहिए। आप तो इतना सीरियस टाइप का जवाब दे रहे हैं। आपने ऐसा किया जो श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के टाइम से बीजेपी वाले सोच रहे, ड्रीम कर रहे करने की, लेकिन आज तक कभी हो नहीं पाया।
नहीं, हम हर कार्यकर्ता इसमें पार्टिसिपेट किया। हम लोग को मैं तो कुछ मेरा छोटा भूमिका था, लेकिन पूरा कार्यकर्ता, खास करके 300 बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता आपने बलिदान दिया ना, उसका ये जीत उनका इसका है। 300 बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता बलिदान दिया।
आपसे जब मुलाकात हुई, आपका जब इंटरव्यू हुआ, आप 170 बोल रहे थे, अभी तो 200 के पास चल रहा है। आपने तो दीदी को एकदम धो डाला।
हाँ, धो तो डाला है। तो ये देखिए, यहाँ आध्यात्मिक कैपिटल है देश का, ये कल्चरल कैपिटल है देश का बंगाल। इसको ममता बनर्जी जिस तरीके से खत्म किया, और इसमें जनता का जीत है, मोदी जी का जीत है। मोदी जी ने खुद कैंपेन का लीड किया है, उन्होंने काफी मेहनत किया है। मैं जनता और मोदी जी को आभार प्रकट करता हूँ।
आप नेक्स्ट चीफ मिनिस्टर हो गए वेस्ट बंगाल के, पार्टी ने बहुत हद तक क्लियर कर दिया। How does it feel to be the Chief Minister?
I am not passing any comment. अब मेरा पास कोई communication नहीं है. मैं अभी पूरा प्रदेश में शांति ठीक रहे. कोई भी टीएमसी जिस तरीके से गुंडागर्दी करता था, जो भी भ्रष्टाचारी है, गुंडा है, वो जेल में जाएगा कानून के अंदर. लेकिन जितना 2021 में पोस्ट पोल वायलेंस हुआ, इस तरीके से कोई काम हम लोग करने नहीं दूंगा.
पोल वायलेंस ना हो, उसको कैसे इंश्योर करेंगे? पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस वहां रहेंगी सर.
हम लोग का कंट्रोल है यार. आप लोग मान के चलिए ना, मैं इसमें कोई कम्युनल बात नहीं बता रहा हूँ. हिंदू लोग एरोगेंट नहीं होता.
ये कंचन गुप्ता है, आप जानते हैं उनको.
कल्चर में एरोगेंसी नहीं है.
कंचन गुप्ता आपको कांग्रेचुलेट करना चाहते हैं और आपसे बात भी करना चाहते हैं. शुवेंदु दा, कंचन दा, let me just bring my laptop across. Suvendu Adhikari, yes.
শুভেন্দু বাবু,
নমস্কার. নমস্কার.
কেমন আছেন?
আমি আছি. আমি গণনা মনিটরিং করছি. আমি এমনি কমফোর্টেবল, গোটা 200-র কাছাকাছি সিট যাচ্ছে. আর ভবানীপুরে মুসলিম এলাকা কাউন্ট শেষ হয়ে গেছে. মমতা ব্যানার্জি 11,000 মতো লিড নিয়েছে. এবারে আমি কভার করে নেব. হিন্দু এলাকা বাকি আছে.
शुभेंदु बाबू, अभी देखने को जो मिल रहा है कि जितने भी बॉर्डर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज हैं वहां पर भाजपा इतना शानदार रिजल्ट कर रहा है. इन साउथ 24 परगनास जहां पर पार्टी की कोई जगह नहीं थी, आपने वहां पर कब्जा कर लिया है. डायमंड हार्बर में कर लिया है. इसकी कोर रीजन क्या है, कोर कारण क्या है?
Welcome back. Elections in 5 key battlegrounds across the country today. Let's take a look at Kerala. The political winds in God's own country have clearly taken a decisive turn. This is one state where the Congress has done well. The United Democratic Front, which the Congress helms, has surged ahead, scripting a powerful comeback in Kerala. This marks the end of the LDF's 10-year rule in the state, and it paves the way for a return of the UDF to power in a state which has frequently seen pendulum. It's either the LDF or the UDF in power, but it's been a while since the UDF has been in power. They will come back now. The LDF, led by Pinarayi Vijayan, has fallen short, with the electorate signalling a clear shift in mood across the state. Celebrations have begun in the Congress-led UDF camp, with sweets being distributed, cadres dancing to music, and senior leaders hugging each other. With the CPM-led government suffering a defeat in Kerala, the left will not have a government anywhere in India for the first time in 5 decades. Let's take a look at several reactions we have at this stage.
To make this happen, sir.
I'm happy to say that we have predicted that we may get more than 100 seats. Now we got more than 100 seats.
Right.
Vijay Raghav has a question for you.
Now we are closing 100 seats. Now we are closing 100 seats. Now it is 103.
Okay.
That was our prediction.
You know, you remember you promised me that you will come to Kabini and do an interview with me. You like going to the forest? You said you'll come to Kabini.
Definitely.
Are you going to Delhi now, or are you going to Kabini? Are you going to Delhi now, or are you going to Kabini?
Definitely, I want to visit Kabini again.
No.
As I said a few earlier.
Will you be the Chief Minister of Kerala? Will you be?
That will be decided. That will be decided by the Congress High Command. There is a procedure. You know that there is a procedure. I am not the competent person to say anything about that. Now, we predicted more than 100 seats. We are now reaching more than 100 seats. We are very happy. There was an anti-incumbency against the government, and we said to the people that we have been criticizing the government for a long time. At the same time, we said that we have alternatives. Wherever the government failed, the UDF have alternatives. Now the people believed us that we have alternatives. In the fiscal situation, Kerala is vulnerable, health, education, everywhere, and the brain drain is happening. And we have made a detailed study. We have done a homework. For the last 2 years, we have been doing this thing. And we have conducted many conclaves. We interacted with many experts across the world. Then now we have documents in each and every subject. Now we are going to implement. Definitely, our UDF government will implement what we promised to the people of Kerala.
शुवेंदुदा, बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो, आपने तो क्रांति कर दी। ऐसे स्टेट में आप बीजेपी को ले गए जहां इससे पहले बीजेपी कभी जीती नहीं है।
देखिए, जनता को बधाई दे रहा हूँ। कंप्लीटली मिसरूल के खिलाफ जनता ने वोट किया और पूरा आप हर ईवीएम में देखिए हिंदू कंसोलिडेशन और 7% स्विंग हुआ। इस बार जितना गाली, जितना अत्याचार ममता बनर्जी हिंदू लोग को ऊपर दिया, हिंदू ने मुंह तोड़ जवाब ईवीएम में दे दिया।
शुवेंदुदा, आप तो खुश होने चाहिए, ऐसे डांस करना चाहिए, एक्साइटेड होना चाहिए। आप तो इतना सीरियस टाइप का जवाब दे रहे हैं। आपने ऐसा किया जो श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के टाइम से बीजेपी वाले सोच रहे, ड्रीम कर रहे करने की, लेकिन आज तक कभी हो नहीं पाया।
नहीं, हम हर कार्यकर्ता इसमें पार्टिसिपेट किया। हम लोग को जो मैं तो कुछ मेरा छोटा भूमिका था, लेकिन पूरा कार्यकर्ता खास करके 300 बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता आपने बलिदान दिया ना, उसका ये जीत उनका इसका है। 300 बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता बलिदान दिया।
आपसे जब मुलाकात हुई, आपका जब इंटरव्यू हुआ, आप 170 बोल रहे थे, अभी तो 200 के पास चल रहा है। आपने तो दीदी को एकदम धो डाला।
हाँ, धो तो डाला है। तो ये देखिए, यहाँ आध्यात्मिक कैपिटल है देश का, ये कल्चरल कैपिटल है देश का बंगाल। इसको ममता बनर्जी जिस तरीके से खत्म किया, और इसमें जनता का जीत है, मोदी जी का जीत है। मोदी जी ने खुद कैंपेन का लीड किया है, उन्होंने काफी मेहनत किया है। मैं जनता और मोदी जी को आभार प्रकट करता हूँ।
आप नेक्स्ट चीफ मिनिस्टर हो गए वेस्ट बंगाल के, पार्टी ने बहुत हद तक क्लियर कर दिया। हाउ डज इट फील टू बी द चीफ मिनिस्टर?
आई एम नॉट पासिंग एनी कमेंट। अब मेरा पास कोई कम्युनिकेशन नहीं है। मैं अभी पूरा प्रदेश में शांति ठीक रहे, कोई भी टीएमसी जिस तरीके से गुंडागर्दी करता था, जो भी भ्रष्टाचारी है, गुंडा है, वो जेल में जाएगा कानून के अंदर। लेकिन जितना 2021 में पोस्ट पोल वायलेंस हुआ, इस तरीके से कोई काम हम लोग करने नहीं दूंगा।
पोल वायलेंस ना हो, उसको कैसे इंश्योर करेंगे? पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस वहां रहेंगी सर?
हम लोग का कंट्रोल है यार, आप लोग मान के चलिए ना। मैं इसमें कोई कॉम्युनल बात नहीं बता रहा हूँ। हिंदू लोग एरोगेंट नहीं होता।
ये कंचन गुप्ता है, आप जानते हैं उनको?
कल्चर में एरोगेंसी नहीं है।
कंचन गुप्ता आपको कांग्रेचुलेट करना चाहते हैं और आपसे बात भी करना चाहते हैं। शुवेंदु दा, कंचन दा, let me just bring my laptop across. Suvendu Adhikari, yes.
শুভেন্দু বাবু,
নমস্কার।
কেমন আছেন?
আমি আছি, আমি গণনা মনিটরিং করছি। আমি এমনি কমফোর্টেবল, গোটা 200-র কাছাকাছি সিট যাচ্ছে। আর ভবানীপুরে মুসলিম এলাকা কাউন্ট শেষ হয়ে গেছে। মমতা ব্যানার্জি 11,000 মতো লিড নিয়েছে। এবারে আমি কভার করে নেব, হিন্দু এলাকা বাকি আছে।
शुभेंदु बाबू, अभी देखने को जो मिल रहा है कि जितने भी बॉर्डर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज हैं, वहां पर भाजपा इतना शानदार रिजल्ट कर रहा है। इन साउथ 24 परगनास, जहां पर पार्टी की कोई जगह नहीं थी, आपने वहां पर कब्जा कर लिया है। डायमंड हार्बर में कर लिया है। इसकी कोर रीजन क्या है, कोर कारण क्या है?
इसका एक ही रीजन है, घुसपैठिया। जिस तरीके से डेमोग्राफी चेंज किया, उसका खिलाफ ही वोट हुआ।
मैं आपसे एक और सवाल करना चाहता हूं, महिलाओं ने किसको वोट दिया इस बार?
The headlines at this hour: the BJP breaches Mamata's fortress, Didi loses Bengal's control after 15 years. The BJP is set to begin a historic term in West Bengal. Prime Minister Modi will visit the BJP national office in Delhi after the Big Bengal win. The Prime Minister will address BJP workers around 7 p.m. We'll be cutting across to that. Massive victory celebrations are planned. Vijay's Tamil Nadu blockbuster. Vijay doing extremely well. They are on the cusp of forming a government The DMK is a distant second, the ADMK at the third spot in the Tamil Nadu battle. The TVK asserts that they could form the government in Tamil Nadu on the 7th of May. If they get a little bit of support, the Congress says that their lines are open, but the Congress may not have the numbers. The Congress-led UDF has swept Kerala, marking a major comeback after a decade. The Congress has been celebrating the alliance's return to power. The BJP secured another victory, this one in Assam, delivering a thumping win. The Congress has suffered a major setback in the state. Well, some huge news coming in a state where they were not expected to win possibly anything. The BJP's won 3 seats in Kerala. This is the BJP's best performance in Kerala, with the BJP's Rajiv Chandrasekharan winning. The BJP has won Nemom, Kadakutam and Tatanuttar as well. I'm joined by my colleague Vasudha Venugopal. Vasudha, this is big news for the BJP. Rajiv Chandrasekharan among 2 others winning. What are you hearing?
What I know so far is that Rajiv Chandrasekhar has won the constituency of Nemam, and Mr. V. Muralidharan, who was a former MOS Vishnu, he has won the constituency of Kayakutam, and both these constituencies are very close to Thiruvananthapuram. This is also a sign of the BJP increasing its footprint in the state of Kerala. It was expecting around 3 to 5 seats. It has gotten that 3 seats. This is also a sign that the LDF went down, Vishnu. That means a huge chunk of the Eva and the Nayar population, mainly the Eva population, also shifted to the BJP. This is the BJP making its mark. This is for the first time that it has won 3 MLAs. In 2016 is when it won for the first time an MLA from Thiruvananthapuram or Rajagopal. In fact, Nemam was incidentally the seat that he won, and now Rajiv Chandrasekhar has gotten it back for the party. This is also a huge win for him, because just about a year ago he was made the president of Kerala BJP, and clearly that gamble seems to have worked for the party.
Would you like to quickly come in on this, Jay? It's huge.
Are in the Trivandrum region.
Right.
So the next one is in Attingal Lok Sabha, which is the next Lok Sabha. So based that, but the party gained substantially in central Kerala also, where it did not register wins. Palakkad, Trichur, they gained very well there.
All right.
All temple towns, please note.
Right.
That's very important.
Well, we're going to come back to Kerala in a moment, but that news is fairly remarkable. The BJP doing well in 3 seats in Kerala, winning 3 likely. But moving away to Tamil Nadu, there's been a tectonic shift which is underway in Tamil Nadu, breaking over 50 years of duopoly of Dravidian politics. There's a new victor who has emerged. Thalapathy Vijay's TVK has swept the polls with leads in over 100 seats. While on one hand, TVK cadres were seen rejoicing in Kanchipuram even before the clock struck 10 a.m. Tents and chairs were being packed up at the DMK headquarters in Chennai. When tents, Moa, get packed up at 11 a.m. in the morning, then, it's like being very honest to yourself.
Yes, yes. You have to give it to them.
You may just want to verify.
All right. So the unconfirmed reports, Jemrick mentioning to us, is that Stalin might in fact have been defeated. We'll try and confirm that in just a moment. Vasudha, outside the headquarters of Vijay's party, the TVK, when we spoke last, Vasudha, you indicated that the Congress party was trying to reach out to them because they're just short of the magic mark, but the Congress itself doesn't really have numbers. So in terms of coming closer to forming a government, what is the TVK planning?
Well, the question that you asked, Vishnu, is the crux of everything that's happening here. I'm right outside the Panayur headquarters of the TVK, and let me just tell you in a gist what all is happening right now. The TVK has numbers. It's leading in 107 constituencies, but it is also short of the majority mark, which is 118. Now it has 2 options. It can take the AIADMK support. I'm told that the AIADMK would also be willing to give that support, but does it want the AIADMK support remains to be seen, because that's a call that Vijay will have to take. It'll have a comfortable majority then. I'm also told that Vijay is inclined on taking the smaller parties on his side, which includes the Congress party. Congress party is leading on 4 seats. The communist parties are also there. They are leading in about 5 seats. And then there are other smaller parties like PMK and DMDK. So will we see an operation whistle in the state of Tamil Nadu remains to be seen. Vijay is here with me. Vijay, what exactly do you think TVK is expected to do in the coming hours? And remember that Kolattur counting is still going on. In fact, last one round is left. So a lot of TVK leaders are still in the counting center, which is why we are not able to, reach out to them. Their phones are all stuck.
Vasudha, as we speak, so far with counting, TVK has gained more than 1.28 crore votes, which is very huge actually. So after 60 years of dominance from two Dravidian parties, the shift is completely happening. It is we can say it is a wave, TVK wave we can say. And as we speak, so far they have got, they are leading in 105 seats. So the majority mark here is 118 seats. So I think TVK is still under discussion. They have asked their party spokesperson leaders not to interact with media also. We don't have any clear picture as we speak, but here you see how supporters are here gathered here, and they are also waiting to see what would be the decision from TVK Chief Vijay. But TVK Chief Vijay himself had a meeting with candidates 2 days, 3 days before. He was very confident, and we spoke with many candidates who were part of that meeting. They said after winning the election, he asked all the candidates to visit party headquarters. So we can expect.
Waiting for Vijay is expected in Panayur in some time from now. But Vishnu, the core of today's battle is what is Vijay going to do? Is he going to go with the smaller parties for that magic number, or is he going to ally with a bigger party? That remains to be seen. Discussions are still underway.
Deepak Bopanna, thanks Vasudha. Deepak Bopanna, our colleague, joins us. He's outside the residence of Vijay right now. Is he expected to come out very soon, start addressing his supporters, give a hint of where he's going to get the support from? Deepak?
Well, Vishnu, that's the anticipation that's really building here. I'm just going to take you through, firstly, the scenes that I'm witnessing outside. The police presence has increased through the day. When I came in here, it was just at the end of the street that there were a few policemen. Now, as per protocol for, politicians, there would be such metal scanners as well that would be installed at the front gate. It has just been brought in a while ago. And the police, of course, are saying that somewhere around 5 or 5:30, he could, in fact, leave from here. Where is he going to go? Is he going to go to collect, his victory papers? And that, I'm told, could be at Anna University, or he could go directly to the TVK headquarters. But some sources are already suggesting that back-channel conversations have begun. Like Vasudha was pointing out, the numbers for him are dwindling around the 107 to 110 mark. It's fluctuating quite a bit. He still needs about 10 to 12. Where is he going to get those numbers from is the question, because having a party like the AIADMK back him is a big load for him to carry, because he'll have to placate a lot of them. But the smaller parties, of course, will come at a better bargain for him. But right now the IUML has about 3. There's the Congress that has about 4. You put them together as well, you don't have the kind of numbers that he needs, which is about 10 to 12. So it really at about 6 o'clock this evening, where will the numbers really stand for him and how many he will need, will really go on to define how he'll really form this government.
That's a key point. That's a key point that you mentioned, Deepak, because I think what we'd like to do is actually analyze the numbers that you're talking about. Jay, with us over here. Remember, the magic mark in Tamil Nadu is 118, total 234 seats. 118 is what the TVK is targeting out here. You know that the Congress has opened the phone line and said, we are willing to talk right now. So assuming the Congress is on board, right, that pushes them at 111, they're still slightly short. The
PMK for another one. This is the party had split. This is completely the Sons party, Anbone Ramdas party. In this others,
there is left over here, right?
5 are from the left front, 3 CPI, 2 CPM. So Congress left and PMK.
9 and 5, 14.
And 106, 120.
14 more, 120. So
they crossed the halfway mark.
Over the majority mark.
And then there are 2 more possible. One is from Manargudi, Sasikala's hometown, with the AMMK party. And one more is Prem Lata, the widow of Vijay Khan, DMDK.
Yeah, but please remember, most of the people you mention are officially part of the DMK-led alliance.
ADMK-led
alliance. So where from a coalition point,
but there's nothing illegal in them. They're not splitting a party.
It's not illegal, but
separating.
There are questions on. Some of them have won on DMK's symbols.
No. So here we are on the specific symbols. These are on their own symbols.
Okay.
All the parties we are referring to are on their own
Congress,
symbols.
the PMK and the left.
They're on their own symbols.
On their own symbols. Even though they're part of
Of the DMK front.
Of the DMK,
So the anti-defection law does not
apply.
But
It
it
seems to
is
be a clear
politically
sort of
a
situation.
challenging thing
Yeah.
for them to cross
So,
over.
but
this is good
procedurally,
news,
what would be
isn't it,
done,
for
Vishnu?
Vijay, because if he is seen to be somebody who doesn't need the ADMK support,
Yeah.
let alone the DMK support, not that that was ever happening, his independence as a leader is reinforced. Right, he may prefer to have a slim majority than a gigantic one with the ADMK, but that would end up diluting his politics.
I think
There are two things that have to be looked at. One, even among the people that were said, one person contesting in the VCK ticket is not from the VCK party. He is from the erstwhile Congress, who has been given a ticket independently. He is the only person leading from the VCK. There is no loyalty attached to the VCK party or to the alliance. Similarly, with the CPI also, one was an independent who had already won. He is not part of the CPI. So he is just contesting for the first time in CPI.
No, but technically, to give letters of support to the governor, elected on somebody's symbol, you belong to that party.
Certainly.
So what Madhavanji is saying is absolutely right. Now, the good thing is we have filtered it out by the symboled parties. So these are all symbols. Left 5 symbol, Congress 5 symbol, PMK 4 symbol, makes it 120.
You know,
basically-
but this looks all wonderful, and I think this analysis, Jay, is absolutely great. But
I will
this
also
is the
go
one
with
that
one more.
strikes me for the large benefit of a larger viewers.
Absolutely. Let's do this one.
Across
Let's do
the
this
state,
one.
2021, the DMK at 159.
Yeah.
2026,
Yeah.
there's something called the TVK which has emerged. It is unbelievable. This is a gigantic change in the politics of Tamil Nadu. You've had the ADMK, the DMK now. You've got a third player which is more dominant than the others. And that is massive, absolutely.
The problem area is here, the entire great. Smriti Irani now joins us, senior BJP. The DMK had the biggest setback. 37
All right, breaking news, Stalin has lost.
Yeah, that's what we just confirmed.
That's coming in, that
Yeah.
Stalin has lost.
Yeah.
We'll come out with those. Would you like to quickly react to that? A massive, massive loss with Stalin
Seismic
going.
shift. A former chief minister after Jayalalitha has not lost the election in Tamil Nadu since 1996, 30 years later. And that shows the anti-incumbency that a sitting chief minister has lost, one. And two, it also shows the deterioration of the Dravidian politics. That merely one ideology that you're trying to sell to the people without development, without progress, without law and order, without social security, without progress cannot sustain. So that shows in this result one.
One more demographic reason. I think DMK put a lot of eggs in the Chennai basket.
I have to clarify.
Everybody in Chennai has been defeated.
Yeah, I have 2 points to make. One is urban areas, TVK has taken over from DMK. In Madurai, for instance, former high-profile finance minister who was IT
PTR,
Palnivel Tyagarajan has lost. But more important, I would like to disagree slightly with Ramaswamy. With TVK under Vijay also swears by the Dravida party ideology, including Periyar's leadership.
Yeah.
But in terms of delivery and aspirations of a young, highly industrialized state's population, the DMK, in spite of a high-profile development agenda, doesn't seem to have delivered, or the people want even more, especially youngsters. Right now, I have a statistic saying 1.28 crore voters have voted for TVK, which is a huge number in a state which has 5.28 crore voters. So there is.
So Kolathur is what we're looking at.
Kolathur.
Let's try and pull up Kolathur over here. And
we just go and put K over here. We should get
K
it.
over here. And
K-O.
right here.
Kolathur, yeah.
Right.
There is.
And this should have. Now this is now a result which is actually coming over here. MK Stalin losing in Kolathur. This is
about 8,000 votes.
The incumbent losing over there, and the margin of victory, assuming that this is what the final numbers are,
it's going to be about 8,000. What is more?
It's
8,731. 7,730.
Yeah. So I mean, it is quite huge over here.
Quite
and
huge. As per the election commission, it's 8,400 settling. So that's what it is like. So yeah.
All right, we are now joined by Mr. Dharanidharan of the DMK. Thanks. I just noticed that you just sort of went in over there. Now, this is what we've got up on the screen with Mr. Stalin having lost, is what we are told. It's a huge setback. Could you perhaps tell us why this took place, in your opinion? I mean, what went wrong?
I think it is a Gen Z wave towards Vijay. If it was other factor, they would have voted for ADMK/BJP, but it is a vote for the establishment. The youth are disillusioned with the existing establishment, and it is more like, I am angry with the existing status quo.
It's a vote against the establishment.
Establishment. All parties together. So that is why Vijay knew this and was very smart not to ally. with any of the established parties. He knew that because the moment he established the AIADMK, we could have still won the election because he's part of the establishment.
But if you just take a look at these numbers and the fact that there has been such a staggering wave in Tamil Nadu away from the DMK and the AIADMK, it means that this is a state where both the major formations are completely out of touch with what people want. Right?
Exactly.
You are willing to accept that, that it is a complete loss of connect with their core voters. How could a party which didn't exist in the last elections do so well?
See,
is it just Gen Z? What else is it?
No.
Is it employment? Is it corruption? Tamil Nadu is much cleaner than so many other states in the country.
No, I'll tell you,
even the entire notion of nationalism or patriotism, in his avatar appears to be somewhat different, but it is a common theme.
No, I think Tamil Nadu is also distinct from other states because Tamil Nadu is also the place where there is very high internet penetration of 95% and also very high literacy and also because a state where people do not like a lot of a lot of inequality. Though there are a lot of inequalities across the country, Tamil Nadu minimal, but the whole point is it's because of the whole lot of justice, social justice movement where we have told people that you can question the status quo. So the whole essence of Justice Party and Dravidian movement is to question the status quo, and that has come to bite us. I'm not rejecting that.
The DMK welcomes the TVK, right? You welcome the fact that there is a new party over there.
See, the fact is the people did vote the DMK 3 times, 2 Lok Sabha elections, 1 Assembly election. So I do accept the people's mandate. So the people had given us 3 times, so they have given this time TVK, so nothing wrong about it.
All right, let's just hold on for 1 second. I'll come back to you. Shiv Arur joins us as well. Shiv, go ahead.
Vishnu, MK Stalin losing his seat from Kolattur is a body blow. VIP seats being lost, even in the wave of an anti-incumbency of this kind, is going to be a very bitter pill to swallow. Yes, anti-incumbency will be used to explain this loss, but remember Pradeep Gupta, many of us here at NDTV had during the exit polls accepted what Axis My India had said when they said that some very, very high profile big ticket seats are going to be having a bad day on results day, and clearly as we spoke to Pradeep Gupta a short while ago, he said he literally meant MK Stalin. His son Udaynidhi Stalin is leading by a narrow margin from Chepauk Tiruvalikeni, but in Kolattur, MK Stalin, the incumbent chief minister, losing his seat is only a symptom of the Vijay wave. Chennai at large, the damage that Vijay's TVK has done in the Chennai metropolitan area and the seats there speaks for itself. And I think for the towering figure of the DMK who was front and center in this election, the man considered to be on the front line of what the DMK had hoped would be a history.
All right, Shiv, just give me half a second as I pull up this map.
Lost.
And keep talking, Shiv. We've got Kolattur up over here.
Yeah.
If these are the final results, that MK Stalin was trailing by 60,688 votes over there. VS Babu of the TVK leading significantly over here. But the fact that MK Stalin would lose, and the fact that the overall numbers are as shocking as they are in the state, in favor of Vijay's party, it just seems to indicate a complete disconnect.
Yeah, and this is the story that Shiv was referring to, the Chennai region. TVK 32, look at the split, 32 on 37, it's practically taken over 85 to 90% of the Chennai region. It has polled 45% votes here vis-a-vis its state average of 34%. And this was the bastion of the DMK earlier. So I think the biggest hit to the DMK is its crucible, which was Chennai.
Let's go across to Vasudha as well, who joins us outside the office of the TVK at this stage. Vasudha, what are we going to hear? Now, the TVK is just short, right? But I think, as Jay was pointing out a few moments back, along with the support of the smaller parties, it appears that getting to 118 will not necessarily be that difficult. What is the roadmap that you believe that Vijay would be looking at?
Well, there are two options for Vijay. One is to go for the smaller parties, PMK, DMDK, and of course the more realistic option, Vishnu, is of course to go for the Congress party. The Congress party has already reached out to the TVK. They have about 4 leads now, and then of course the Communist Party, which about 4 leads. But for me, the fact that MK Stalin is losing from Kolattur, that's like quite shocking, because MK Stalin was the face of the DMK's campaign. He was seen as somebody who was mild-mannered, was not really arrogant, was seen as someone who was accessible, and also seen as somebody who was the face of social justice and welfare, something that the DMK branded itself on. Kolattur is not a very difficult constituency. Remember, he used to contest from Saidapet. I have as a young reporter, I have covered his campaign against Saide Idurai, and that used to be the CM's constituency, and now he shifted to Kolattur in 2011. He has been winning Kolattur since I don't know when, and now somebody who left the DMK to join the AIADMK and then the TVK, VS Babu, has defeated him. It has a lot of implications, ramifications for DMK to lose the Chief Minister's seat. Well, one would say that even Rahul Gandhi lost Amethi and Mamata Banerjee also lost Nandigram. We know what's happening with those parties, so it is clearly a signal that the DMK needs to wake up and smell the coffee. Vijay is here with me. Explain to me, Stalin losing from Kolattur, how significant is it for the DMK?
It's really shocking, Musda. Like you mentioned, Stalin has been winning that seat from 2011, take it 2011, 16, and even 2021 elections also. But now he got defeated to VS Babu. VS Babu, interestingly, VS Babu was North Chennai District Secretary of DMK. He worked for MK Stalin in 2011, and then for MK Stalin won that election with a close margin. So the DMK High Command took action against VS Babu, and he joined AIADMK, and now under Edappadi K. Palaniswamy, and very recently he joined TVK under TVK Chief Vijay. He was announced as a candidate. From here he visited when there was a candidate meeting with TVK Chief Vijay. VS Babu here showed his hand, a favorite sign like this, to media. Remember, DMK Chief MK Stalin also showed that sign after finalizing their alliance with Congress in Anna Arivalayam. So very interestingly, now VS Babu has won this election with almost 9,000 vote differences. So really, I don't know how DMK going to introspect this.
I know this will be a defeat that the DMK will find it very difficult to digest. So Vishnu, as far as the TVK is concerned, celebrations have started. Firecrackers are already there. Everyone is waiting for Vijay to come here. We are told that he'll be going to Perambur first, and then of course come here. But yes, TVK has two options: reach out to the smaller parties or reach out to the Congress and Communist parties. But yes, he has to get the magic number of 117, and he's at least 7 seats away from that.
It's an interesting point that you mentioned, because Jay and I were just taking a look at this. Remember, the magic mark is 118. At 109, they're 9 short of that. So where could the numbers come in? And what you were mentioning is that it's very easy for them to actually get the Congress, the PMK,
and there are 5 of the
left front parties. So 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 and 5 is 14, and then they are
108. So they make 122, it's about 108.
Yeah, so they're over that mark. So this shouldn't be very complicated math at this stage.
But some...
10 out of the 20 on offer.
But Vishnu...
More positions. The speaker will take 1 seat. Vijay is contesting in 2, that will go 1. So they require only 1 less seat than what is normally required. So with 116 or 115, they should still be able to form government.
No, but Mr. Dharan, I see you are sitting over here. We don't expect there to be anything but, that very serious look on your face today. It's not been good for your party right now. For a party which has been as dominant as the DMK, a party which has been efficient in so many levels, brought about economic growth at so many levels. You prided yourself in your notion of nationalism. It's bedrocked many of your politics. For there to be 77 in terms of a drop, something has gone down. And it's not just Gen Z voted for Vijay. It has to be more than that.
Vishnu,
what the most difficult thing in an election is to pinpoint the reason why a party has lost or reason why a party has won. Sometimes you may list some causes, but the correlation is never the causation. It's very difficult to find the causation on why a party wins and party loses. But one thing is very, very interesting in this election in Tamil Nadu. I think that's very interesting for the whole of the country is that none of the standard operating protocols for elections has been followed by TVK and they won. 1, money. Second, caste equation in constituencies.
Yes.
And third, grassroots. For example, in 1 year constituency, Vijay made a Gounder contest. In a Muslim constituency, a Brahmin had contested. In a hardcore non-Muslim minority constituency, Muslim had contested and won. So the caste equation, the religious equation is gone for toss. In most, for example, I'll tell you, one minister who contested in Alandur has never lost an election since 1989. Sorry, since 1996. Even he won in 2001, he won in 2011. But young guy, 26-year-old, TVK, 90% did not know his name. He has defeated this minister by at least 20,000 votes.
That's an incredible trend.
Two questions for...
But just hold on for 1 second. I need to quickly move on to some breaking news. And the big breaking news is from West Bengal. And that is because the latest that we have, and this is going to be updated. The latest that we have, oh, it's come down. It touched 200 and it's come down to 199. So our breaking news has been broken slightly. But they were touching 199. Why don't you talk about this?
No, it's actually, Bengal is pretty fascinating. If you compare 21 and 26, just look at the BJP has taken the max of all that it could have taken. Some areas of South Parganas, which were really difficult, minority dominant, still remain with the TMC. A little bit of Dakshin Dinajpur, little bit of Murshidabad still remains with the TMC. But North Bengal completely taken.
Bhavanipur has gone completely over there. I mean, the Trinamool wipe. Talk about that. Hold on for a second. Let's go across to NDTV's Shreyashri, who is now in Bengal. Shreyashri, you were tracking Mamata Banerjee very closely. She went into, a stronghold over there to see how voting was taking place. There were BJP supporters outside. She has been, insisting that the final truth will come out very late. What is she saying now? What is the Trinamool saying?
Well, this is not a regular election. Larger political implication, not just here in West Bengal, but even in the national capital, because if the BJP look at the seat, the government here is going to first time BJP will form a government here in West Bengal. Their supporters out in large numbers playing with the saffron color outside the Bhavanipur counting center. A very, very different picture, something that West Bengal has never seen on counting day here before. When the CM is inside the strong room, the BJP workers and supporters raising Jai Shri Ram slogans, raising Bharat Mata Ki Jai. I don't know how many of y'all can recall, but there was an instance where a BJP supporter had raised Jai Shri Ram slogan at Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's convoy once, and she had said, she had gotten off her cavalcade and she had said, I will skin you alive. So that is the kind of, that was the kind of grip that the Trinamool Congress had asserted on BJP supporters, and now they are celebrating here outside the strong room. The Trinamool Congress refusing to accept defeat. The Chief Minister, when she came out of her residence, she didn't look perturbed one bit. She was still confident. She went inside the strong room. She was accompanied by her CM security. Her councillor, who's also her sister-in-law, was present outside, but then because of the BJP workers raising slogans, they gherawed her, they started screaming "Chor Chor" slogans, and the police had to frisk her away. On the other hand, the central security force has been stepped up because, of course, this comes under the prohibitory zone because of being a strong room, and we are expecting the Chief Minister. It's been a while that she's gone inside, and while she's inside, the BJP workers celebrating. The results in West Bengal is going to have a long-term impact, not just for Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, but also for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is looking at a pan-India picture. It's not only restricted to the Hindi heartland anymore. The BJP's footprint has expanded and come over here in West Bengal, the land of Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, and the BJP's long-term planning from just 2 MLAs, 2 MPs to now looking at a sweeping majority here in West Bengal. Lots has changed, new factors coming in, but of course a lot for the BJP workers to celebrate. We are waiting for a word from the Chief Minister once she comes out of the strong room. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much. Lots of, excitement happening all around you over there. Perhaps some supporters of the Trinamool, but mostly of the BJP. What we'd like to do now is go back to Tamil Nadu, and Radhika Ramaswamy is with us at this stage. Radhika, give us an idea of where you are, what's happening around you.
Right, Vishnu, I am at the counting center in Loyola College. In fact, this is the constituency of Vijay's. This is where his constituency votes are being counted, and which is why Vijay is expected in just a bit here. I'm going to go across to a few fans of Vijay. They've all been gathered here, TVK fans, TVK supporters, TVK cadres, gathered with flags, and they're all whistling, and they burst some firecrackers as well. Let me go across to them. Vijay has won. Tell us, what's your first reaction?
Tamil Nadu in 2016.
It is historic, yes.
Yeah. Which year you can say? If any year the single party they ever entered the election to own the CM, no. Like TVK, like NDTV, the DMK, like AIADMK, anyone will say the first election they enter, no one can enter the CM election.
Right, and Vijay may need some more seats, perhaps to seal the deal. Konja seats.
We know currently 107 or 108 only they have won the seats, but we have 14 or 15 seats we have need to own, whatever, you know that. But CM, Tamil Nadu, CM Talabadi Vijay only.
So Vijay is going to be Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister, looks like.
Yeah, obviously he's been winning across all the 234, you know, states, and he'll be around 120 seats, okay. So always the victory. So you know, this is that's what we're just going to say it, okay.
Right. All right, so those are the reactions coming in from a lot of Vijay fans.
Myself Raja, Indian hockey player. I'm really proud for Talapati TVK. He's won the Tamil Nadu election. हम लोग बहुत खुशी है. हम लोग बहुत इधर सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए सभी आया. Thank you.
All right. So those are the reactions coming in from TVK, Vijay fans, cadres, admirers. I mean, this has obviously created a lot of traffic jam. We are in the center of Chennai. As you can see, there are a lot of firecrackers that had been burst since this afternoon. A lot of them celebrating here. And look at the security deployment. There are at least about 100 police officials in different gates of this particular college, because Vijay is expected to come here in just a bit to collect his certificate, and perhaps Vijay may give that media bite after that victory. When that will happen, that remains to be seen, and what kind of alliances he may form in order to win those, perhaps those 5 to 10 seats that he may still have to get for that magic figure.
All right, we'll just come to you in a moment, but we've got a quick reaction from Vijay's father as well. Let's take a look at that.
Do you expect this kind of a performance?
Yes. I expected more than 125. I have to see before evening 6 o'clock. He will face all the consequences and he will decide. He has some dreams to do the Tamil Nadu, Tamil people. Definitely he will do. First of all, he should get the majority. Then he will decide what to do further.
Where do you think he'll get the support now?
So how do you see
No. He will come separate majority.
So is seeking alliance with Congress?
Sir, if at all,
Are you seeking an alliance with Congress or secular parties?
So do you think that
No.
now only...
No, I am not deciding anything. I am not in the position. I am
suggestion to Vijay.
See, I am his father. As a father, I am proud. I am happy. My family is happy. That's all.
இவ்வளவு பெரிய வெற்றியை கொடுத்த தமிழ்நாட்டு மக்களுக்கு என்னோட என்ன சொல்றதுன்னே தெரியல, பரிபூர்ணமான நன்றி.
All right, Radhika Ramaswamy, let's come back to you at this stage. We expect that important statement from Vijay. I mean, is he going to wait to cobble up support before declaring victory, or has he sort of, the fact that he's already said that he's going to be the Chief Minister, does it mean that as far as he's concerned, it's settled, it's a done deal?
Vishnu, I'm not able to hear you, but let me show you more visuals coming in of sweets being distributed among Vijay supporters. I'll have. Among Vijay supporters as well as TVK supporters here. These are all fans, admirers, young and old, women as well. In large numbers have gathered outside Loyola College distributing sweets, bursting firecrackers. Really happy. It is a joyous occasion for all of these TVK cadres and supporters since this morning. I mean, we've been witnessing early leads as far as TVK is concerned since morning, and at this point at least about 105 to 110 seats. Okay, let me go across to some of these Vijay fans. Yes, tell me, you're celebrating, you're distributing sweets.
We are so happy that our Anna becomes CM. Bro, come on, bro. Bro, come on. Talaiva. From Malaysia. I'm from Malaysia. Guys from Malaysia. I would like to give this for Stalin, sir. You have to speak. I would like to give this for Stalin, sir. தளபதி வந்து ஒரு ரூபா கூட காசு கொடுக்காம ஜெயிச்சிருக்காரு. எல்லா கட்சிக்காரங்களும் இன்ன வர தமிழ்நாட்டுல காசு கொடுத்து ஜெயிச்சிருக்காங்க. ஆனா எங்க தளபதி தான் ஒரு ரூபா கூட கொடுக்காம ஜெயிச்சிருக்காரு.
A lot of young women as well. Solunga, you are blowing the whistle which is of course a TVK symbol as well. How happy are you?
Just going to hop in, Radhika, for half a second. We've got some important news. Udaynidhi Stalin has won, we are told, in Chepauk. He was contesting against Selvam D of the TVK, who's been trailing, and Adhiranjanam of the ADMK. But this is some good news. Mr. Salam Dharanidharan, MK Stalin lost, but Udaynidhi Stalin appears to have won. In fact, this leads, we are now told, it's likely to be a win for him. Your first thoughts on this?
No, it's a very positive thing for the party, but overall it's a disappointment. But I'm happy that the Deputy Chief Minister has won. But I want to add, and to the point, that if you look at the 24 elections, we got 47%, and ADMK got 23%. BJP, the alliance, got 18%. So right now, ADMK plus BJP, no anti-incumbency for them because nothing changed in 2 years. Their vote share remains at 24%. Our vote share has gone down to 23%, actually 24-23%, which means the entire vote of BJP means is an anti-DMK-ADMK vote. So that has been transferred to Vijay.
Yes.
Absolutely true.
That's the important point. And second important point is all the allies vote of DMK has gone to Vijay. The Makkal Nidhi Mayam.
Yes.
DMDK.
They've been voteless actually. They've been featherless weightless. All the weight has gone to.
There is a disagreement with Salam Dharanidharan to support the DMK's position. The DMK can't claim that all of their 47 dropping down to a 24 means 23% belong to their allies. A significant drop of the DMK
I'm not saying that. Yes.
So that is there. The allies also piggybacked only on the DMK. It's not that they independently had a position to contest and they made their mark either in 2019 or 21 or 24.
See, I have a political question for you, Mr. Dharanidharan. The BJP, the performance that you mentioned in 2024 was built on the standing of Mr. Annamalai.
Exactly.
You think they did a mistake by shunting him out?
See, it's not my job to give BJP idea, but I did tell BJP in itself that it was a very confused idea for BJP. Initially, they want to stand as an alternate to both these parties by having an person like Annamalai who had an individual opinion, and I think more than the party, he had an individual standing.
Yeah.
He's a good person, bad person, a completely different debate.
Yeah, because in the entire Chennai region, the BJP didn't win but came second to DMK.
Exactly. So I think that was a mistake because then when they went and joined hands with the ADMK, then they become part of the establishment. Because Annamalai was so slightly different than the rest.
Yeah.
So the anti-establishment votes went to BJP. But again, there is strong anti-BJP in Tamil Nadu, which is why he could not make any dent.
He couldn't grow further.
Yes.
I have two sharp questions for you.
Yes.
One is, you mentioned earlier that TVK has done well in spite of not playing caste-based candidates. Do you think Tamil Nadu, because of industrialization and the Gen Z rise, is beginning to see the end of caste-based identity politics? Is there something more egalitarian or here? Is there something to read?
That is what I'm trying to say, because in politics, we never know what causes you to win and what causes you to lose. So because of that, certain established norms across India, I'm not saying it to Tamil Nadu, across India has been fixed, right? So how do you know that in other places, if the DMK could not have won by having a counter candidate in a one-year place and vice versa, and candidate education is important, because no one wants, like no party, I'm saying including the BJP, does not want to change because you don't want to risk losing. So the status quo applies, the status quo template. But he has nothing to lose. Okay. He's a new guy, 1 year.
Question. I've been observing DMK has an elaborate development-based agenda under Mr. Chief Minister Stalin. It included doorstep delivery of education, illam tedi kalvi, and your non-mudalvan startups. Every segment of the demographic was covered. Do you think there was a flaw or shortage in the delivery of these programs, or it doesn't seem to matter? I mean, isn't it amazing that 5 years of active, various kinds of branded fiscal burden coming to the state, which has been criticized, in spite of that, you've spent your coffers, and yet it is shown. What?
See, the first thing is, I think it's a myth that finances were ruined under DMK. It was not the case. The debt to GDP improved. But anyways, people do not feel the actual finances of the state. They don't feel. If you are an individual household and you have higher debt, then you feel it. So the people of the state do not feel. So that has never had been.
Okay, all right, gentlemen, just hold on for
1 second. So, but what is important to know, it's not just 5 years. I think it's overall last 20 years or 15 years is where how the people felt. I think it's more to do with also the AI revolution, IT jobs being lost, and people after engineering not able to find jobs across India. But because Tamil Nadu has a very high internet penetration, it was possible for somebody like this to come. But if it is possible in Tamil Nadu, it is possible across the country.
Yeah.
Right, for example, in states where BJP has been ruling for years.
You know, what we thought we'd do at this stage, Mr. Dharanidharan, I'm just interrupting you for a little bit, is to give our viewers an idea of just what the implications of these elections are for across the country. If you look at the saffron surge which has taken place across the country, Assam, it's already been there, Northeast, they're already dominant, and now in Bengal, a state which was thought to be absolutely unbreachable as far as the BJP is concerned. Going to Maharashtra, if you look at Rajasthan, if you look at Gujarat, if you look at Madhya Pradesh, and certainly Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand as well, Haryana, the fact that the BJP is as strong as this means that there are only a handful of states where the opposition continues to rule. And so therefore you've got Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, Jammu and Kashmir as well. But that is where the overall situation is. This is our India now. And to those who make the point that, look, we need to have an opposition which actually can create a real presence and make a difference. I would suggest that has changed. Jemrig, would you agree that if you just look at this, and I mean, hats off to the BJP for their performance, and that's not the point. They worked incredibly hard in all of these states. But where is India's opposition? India's opposition is almost finished.
Well, it's actually been relegated to a distant second, or it's been splintered out. Right. So, for example, in Telangana,
22 states is what the BJP controls. 22 states,
and 2 more where it is the 4 more where it is a principal opposition. Right. So, effectively, the opposition remains splintered, or it's relegated to a good 8 or 10% lagging distant second. And I think that is their real dilemma.
Okay, we've got some breaking news coming in from Bengal. A Trinamool Congress office has been set on fire in Jamuria. The attack on the Trinamool Congress office comes after a big BJP win. Joyantoda, where exactly is Jamuria? Where exactly is Jamuria? This is where this Trinamool Congress office has been set on fire. Let's go across to Saurabh Gupta, who joins us right now as these visuals come in. Violence in Bengal. A TMC office has been set on fire. Saurabh, go ahead with this information.
Well, you know, this is Jamuria, this is in Asansol, and this is, of course, a place where, again, the BJP has done well, and this is, of course, the victory that the BJP was looking at. But one of the things that will be a challenge now is, remember, the cadre of the BJP at the lower level have been subjected to violence, and therefore they would want to extract their pound of flesh. But obviously the BJP leadership is now saying that there shouldn't be the case. In fact, I am at Shyama Prasad Mukherjee's house. The state BJP president, Shomik Bhattacharya, is going to come here and pay respects to Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, the ideologue, founder of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And obviously, this is one of the things that the BJP wants to make a difference, that they don't want this, but again, cadre will obviously have to be controlled, have to be reined in. I spoke to some BJP supporters here who said that they will not indulge in violence. When I put to them this question that, will you do to TMC workers what happened in 2021 to you? And they said no. But again, there have been sporadic incidents that have been coming in from the districts, not just in Asansol, but in other places as well, where Trinamool party offices have been vandalized. But this is something that the BJP leadership is going to send a strong message on, because perhaps the people have voted for change, Poriborton, and what Bengal needs is Poriborton from this mindless political violence that we see in every election cycle. So obviously that's one thing, but the big event of the day is when the BJP state president arrives here today to pay respects to Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, because remember, the BJP has said that this is Shyama Prasad Mukherjee's birthplace and they would like to form a government here, and for the first time they are going to do that.
All right, Saurabh, thanks very much. We've got these images up on the big screen over here as well. This is in Asansol in Bengal, where this Trinamool office has been set on fire. In as much as the BJP has been saying that it's the Trinamool which has been responsible for this, creating this fear, unfortunately in the politics of Bengal, fear is dominant among all the political parties. It is used as an instrument for political parties, particularly during elections. The left was notorious for that. The Trinamool was notorious, and some would suggest that the BJP as well. Govinda, would you agree that if there's anything that needs to go as far as the political process in Bengal is concerned, is this rubbish violence, cadres on the ground, all the major parties do it, and it has become synonymous with elections in the state?
This is BJP's challenge, Vishnu, because when Siddharth Shankar Rai was Chief Minister, the Congress lumpens were there, and those lumpenization of politics continued. And when CPM came to power, that was the extension of that lumpen politics, and lumpens entered into CPM party. And especially in the electoral politics, in the election, district-wise election machinery, man management, all controlled by those goons. And after TMC's arrival, those goons entered into TMC. So this is a inheritance that bad CPMism entered into TMC. Now there will be an effort from those elements to enter into BJP, because BJP is the ruling party, ruling regime, so they want to take shelter. Atulya Ghosh, you know, Vishnu, the late senior Congress leader, once said that the lumpens are very important factors in electoral politics, but we should keep them out of the house, not inside the house. But gradually they entered into the bedroom of TMC politicians, and they became politicians, right, and they used to control the politics. I hope that BJP will try to change this milieu. Unfortunately, violence and Bengal,
absolutely,
synonymous.
It becomes synonymous, and it is a big tragedy. We're going to return now with our focus on Tamil Nadu, and that big focus, and what we've been talking about is just the magic couple of numbers, seats, supporters that the TVK has to find to get to the magic mark of 118. The point that Jemrig has been mentioning is that with the Congress, the PMK, and some supporters within the others who are left, it should be a relatively easy sort of situation. The Congress has already been saying that, their phone lines are open. If they are able to actually do that, then they can stay away from the AIADMK, and their identity perhaps would be far stronger. Let's go straight across to my colleague Vasudha Venugopal, who's been at Vijay's office. Tell us a little bit about what's happening around you. Do we expect a major announcement on who's going to support him as he comes to power or attempts to do so?
Well, there was a huge crowd right now, but everyone has been asked to move slightly away because the firecrackers have come about, Vishnu, and we are told that Vijay will be visiting his parents first, and after that he will be making a visit to the Panayur party office. Remember, this used to be apparently one of his ancestral houses. He converted that into party office, and he was waiting for the Kolatur and the Chepauk results to become clearer. What we know so far is that M.K. Stalin, the Chief Minister, has lost, and he has lost to V.S. Babu, who was formerly with the DMK and then with the AIADMK. Now he's a TVK candidate. And now from Chepauk, of course, the only good sign for the DMK is that the Deputy Chief Minister, Udaynidhi Stalin, has won. So there could be sunrise in the Uday Suryan party before we expected. But yes, he could be the LOP. Vijay is expected in the evening. All the candidates have been asked to come to the Panayur residence. But remember, he is still away from that, magic mark of 117, and there is outreach that has been initiated not just from his party but also from the Congress parties. But yes, the numbers are still getting finalized. We'll have to wait and see. By the end of today, there is some clarity that is expected.
Very much. Just another reminder for our viewers of the Chepauk seat. This is where Udaynidhi Stalin has now won, is what we've been told. And another little piece of development now coming in from Bengal is that it appears that the BJP has now touched, it's going back and forth, but just a few moments back they touched that 200 mark as well. Mr. Salam Dharanidharan still with us. Mr. Dharanidharan, just in terms of the overall situation in Tamil Nadu, again, for the benefit of those who've just tuned in, these numbers tell a pretty frightening picture. If you're not the TVK, then you're in deep trouble. And you were telling us a little bit about how this is not just Gen Z, there are other factors. Could you tell us what those other factors are which resulted in your party, for example, doing fairly disastrously this time around?
No, as I said, it's primarily the Gen Z votes and also the way of campaigning. He primarily used social media and more so because his fans, whereas die-hard fans, they were able to work in a very motivated manner, extraordinarily motivated manner for Vijay to form government. They face the election as if it is their election. Yes. Which normally doesn't happen in a regular party because the cadres are not as motivated as the candidate himself. But because of that, they were able to go and canvass their friends and family. I think that changed it for Vijay. For example, let's say Vijay's conference had about 1 million people coming. And maybe 2 million, all the conference put together, 2-3 million. And each of them had gone and mobilized 5-6 people, that's 1.5 crores vote. Sure. That is what happened. They convinced their family, they convinced their friends.
Hold on for 1 second, we can go straight across to Gauri Dwivedi. She's at the BJP headquarters. The Prime Minister is expected to speak over there in a little while from now. I presume, Gauri, lots of celebrations over there. Give us an idea of what's happening where you are.
Vishnu, I hope I heard you clearly. So as you can expect, at the BJP headquarters, just about an hour and a half to go for the Prime Minister to come. So there is a lot of activity here. And there's reasons for it because of the kind of historic mandate that has come in favor of the BJP with regard to Bengal. And in fact, I'm going to tell Kannan to just pan the camera around to just have a flavor of the scale at which preparations are being held right now for Prime Minister Modi's address, where he will come. It is slated to be around 6:30 when he is set to arrive here at the BJP headquarters, and he will be addressing the Karyakartas. Interestingly, Vishnu, I was here the night of the Bihar mandate, and the one thing that he told all the BJP workers was that next is Bengal. He said that, the Ganga flows through Bengal, and that's exactly the momentum, the sentiment that he will be speaking about today in just about, 2 hours or so to go. And there are lots of women Karyakartas here, dressed in beautiful Bengali saris, waiting for the Prime Minister and his address.
Okay, we want to go across now at this time to Sanjeev Goenka, one of the leading industrialists of West Bengal, joining us now at a time when West Bengal industry has suffered massively over the last several decades. First under the watch of the CPM, then the Trinamool. He joins us now live and exclusive from Kolkata. Dr. Goenka, welcome. as one of the leading industrial families still operating out of West Bengal, can you share with our viewers on NDTV your first reaction to this big turnaround in political fortunes, the BJP winning big, the Trinamool losing big in your home state, sir?
Well, I must start by saying, as someone who's born in Kolkata, who's lived all my life in Kolkata and would probably die in Kolkata, I have a vested emotional angle to the development of the city and the state. And I look forward to playing my own small little role in the transformation or development of the state, as the case might be.
When we'd met in Kolkata, while the elections were going on, you'd pointed out during the course of an interview, a lot of your investments were happening outside, in states like Uttar Pradesh, etc. What do you think this mandate means in terms of what the new government needs to prioritize for West Bengal, Dr. Goenka?
I think there is a lot of anticipation, there is a lot of expectation, and there is a belief, there is a confidence. And I think it will be good to bring back the confidence of industry in investing in Bengal, in the state of Bengal.
My colleague Vishnu Shom has a question for you, Dr. Goenka.
Dr. Goenka, Vishnu here. It's an interesting day, fascinating for politics in Bengal. A quick question. One of the big concerns over an extended period of time has been people moving away, particularly young people from the state of Bengal, migration, professionals migrating elsewhere. How do you believe these professionals, extremely educated, skilled, need to come back to centers, whether it's Kolkata or elsewhere?
You know, it's not about Bengalis migrating. It's about getting good talent to Calcutta. It doesn't matter where they might be from. It's about getting that talent into Calcutta, into Bengal. I can only share that I had told my son and daughter-in-law a few years ago that feel free to live wherever in the country you want. And they said, no, we are happy living in Kolkata. So I think we need many more of those, and we need many more people to come, invest, and happily live in the state.
So West Bengal is the only state that still has a land ceiling act. It's one of the states where incentives were given to industry, then pulled back. How important would it be, from your perspective, for the new government to prioritize these kind of things? Because these are relics of the past, which is why several parts of West Bengal look like they're frozen in time.
Absolutely. I think, frankly, the urban land ceiling is as you said, an act which reeks of a relic of the past. I would imagine that it's outlived its utility completely. And when I had met you maybe a fortnight ago, I did say that what we need is also a consistency of policy, not an announcement of policy and then pulling it back. And we are very confident that the BJP will actually imbibe confidence and encourage people and industry to invest.
Okay, we'll leave it over there. It's a big change for the people of West Bengal, for society, for the Bhadraloks, for industry, everyone together. Thank you very much, Dr. Sanjeev Goenka, for joining us. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mahua, a big change in life in Bengal. They haven't seen this. Other states like Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, they've experienced a BJP government. This will be all new for West Bengal.
Totally. That's exactly what has been playing in my mind, Rahul, because from the morning we are all sitting here seeing the change come in, seep in gradually. So that's the point. I mean, I consider Calcutta to be my city since I was born there and brought up there. I studied there and I keep regular touch. So my point is, it's one of the most cosmopolitan places that I've grown up in. It's one of the most pluralistic societies that I have seen. I've learnt my Hindi in Calcutta as opposed to the feeling in Delhi that Bengalis speak terrible Hindi. They do because they don't try, but the option is there. So I'm just trying to tell you that this pluralistic approach, and there is a sense of, liberal living in that city, which has continued over years, over governments, over changes in the rural and urban areas. So BJP's will be the first experiment with Bengal, and Bengal's first experiment with BJP, which is not really in other states so far seen as the most liberal party.
Right.
So how the two things, how both of them will adjust to each other, Bengal to BJP and BJP to Bengal, is something very interesting to see.
This is your home state as well? No, it is indeed my home state, and I studied in St. Paul's, Darjeeling. I note the BJP has done incredibly well over there. The Trinamool completely washed out in North Bengal, in the Dwars region, Siliguri, Jalpaiguri, that sort of region. But what strikes me, Rahul, is this entire insider-outsider tag. I was talking to Veera Raghavan, and I said there's no way that the BJP will be able to rid itself of that outsider tag. This is a body blow. The cultural identity of Bengali politics, it is a body blow to the Trinamool Congress that the BJP is no longer an outsider, they are the decided insider at this stage. How much of a factor is that in the politics of Bengal?
Yes, you are absolutely right, Vishnu, and I would just like to add that this body blow to the political culture of Bengal is not just to the Trinamool, which was ruling for the last 15 years. It's also a body blow for the other existing parties which may have not scored so well in the last two elections, like Congress and the left, but which still have a fair amount of support base, which may not
We want to go across now, live and exclusive at this time, to one of the top ideologues around Tamil thought. We met him when we were on the campaign trail in Chennai. Mr. Gurumurthy now joins us. Thank you very much, Mr. Gurumurthy, for joining us. When we had a long discussion, you spoke of how Tamil politics was ripe for change. What you were talking about was a very different kind of change. What do you make of the fact that superstar Vijay will be the next Chief Minister of your home state of Tamil Nadu?
See, this is a paradigm shift from the Dravidian ideology. See, so far, Dravidianism has been weakening, and it is not having the kind of bite it had 25, 30 years ago. And particularly after Karunanidhi disappeared, has been my narrative about Tamil Nadu politics. But the alliance with the national parties alone kept the Dravidian parties functional in Tamil Nadu. But many people were thinking it is the national parties which were reliant on the Dravidian parties. Actually, Dravidian parties were reliant on the national parties. This has been going on since 1990s. That there has been a very powerful anti-establishment sentiment in Tamil Nadu was very visible. In fact, I've been noticing it. But the media in Tamil Nadu was completely compromised by the DMK government through various means, including threats. I don't know. I have myself listed about 32 instances where the media was physically muzzled. It was not even noticed by the national media. It was a very surprising thing. And that underlying factor, which never came out, we perceived that it is likely to explode. I always felt that the anti-establishment sentiment which were developing because of Vijay, because of Seema, because of the AIADMK, the beneficiary will be the AIADMK because that is likely to win against the DMK. But unfortunately, it is Vijay who looked credible in the eyes of the people that he is the right person to defeat the DMK. And there are three factors which stand out. One, he never paid any money for votes. This is something which the Tamil Nadu politics needed desperately. Every political party thinks it can win election only by paying money. So Vijay's victory has proved that paying money is not the way to win election, or it will not help you to win election. This is one. you can win without paying money. This 2009 in Thiruvangalam formula, it started. And now Vijay has ended it, for which the Tamil Nadu polity must congratulate you. The second thing is that the DMK and AIADMK both are losing their bite in Tamil Nadu politics, because their story is an old story. It is a 50, 60, 70-year-old story which doesn't have relevance today. They have not changed even a little bit of their narrative against Hindi, against North, against Brahmins, against Hinduism, against anything that India stands for. And of course, AIADMK is a very mute supporter of this. Both have an alignment in sustaining this narrative. And Vijay, by dropping the word Dravida from his party and substituting with the Tamil, has done the paradigm shift. Tamil Nadu has become a Tamil state and it is no more a Dravidian state.
Veera Raghav has a question for you, Mr. Gurumurthy.
Yeah.
Sir, your analysis, we've discussed this about the Vijay impact. I want to take your look, a look into the future. How do you see him evolve as Chief Minister A? And B, what would you believe is going to be the challenge for a state that's been largely well administered by the bureaucracy between the AIADMK and the DMK to transform into this new administration? What would be the most crucial challenge? What would be your advice to him? We seem to be...
Can you hear us? Okay. I want to go across to Dr. Shashi Tharoor. He's joining us at this time. Dr. Tharoor, can you hear me? I just want to establish that before I ask the first question.
I can hear you very well, Rahul.
Okay, apart from everything else, I'm very intrigued by those glasses. I'm very intrigued by those glasses. So tee us off by telling us about these glasses. What do you know that we don't? Are these like some reflection-proof glasses for your screen?
No, I have cataract. I've had cataract surgery. This is purely protective doctor's orders. It'll disappear in a month's time.
Okay, congratulations on a big victory in Kerala. The UDF coming back to power in Kerala in a very, very convincing fashion.
Yeah, in fact, it's so convincing that it was more than we expected. To actually win 100 seats is no small matter, and we might even cross one or two over when the final results come through. It's really remarkable. And I will say that it's astonishing at various levels because, for example, the CPM has never lost 50 seats out of the 140. 50 seats they have never lost in the entire century. And suddenly they're going to come in at 37 or 38, which means they have lost at least a dozen of seats that they had never thought they could lose. Now, that kind of victory is truly astonishing. And I do believe it marks a return of the Congress with the kind of mandate to bring about radical transformations.
Vishnu Shom has a question for you.
No, I think the larger question I wanted to ask you, Dr. Tharoor, is that I think it's 22 states now that are, saffron states, states which the NDA rule, assuming that all of these leads result become results or translate into results. Where is the opposition in India?
Well, I would say that the Kerala result, Vishnu, is the marking of a certain new momentum being gained for the Congress party. I mean, if there is going to be a credible national opposition, it has to be built around the Congress. And for the Congress to get some wind in its sails, a victory in Kerala was imperative. The fact that it's come in such an extraordinarily dramatic way with such really wonderful results is absolutely astonishing. And as far as I can see, we're looking at an amazing result. Your numbers are not right. It says 89. All the numbers we have point to above 100. I think you're counting the independents who are backed by the UDF in the others column. They should be counted as UDF because they were all UDF candidates and were supported by us.
We'll just take a look at that. But what about Assam? And the fact that...
So Assam has been a disappointment and Tamil Nadu has been a surprise, as has been Bengal, and we have to learn from all of that. But I do believe we have the capacity to learn. And with the momentum we've gained from Kerala, I think we have at least demonstrated that they can't take us for granted. When you win a state that you haven't ruled for 10 years, that means that the prospects of doing the same elsewhere will multiply. And we're looking forward, for example, to Punjab again next year as a possibility for the Congress to again renew its momentum in the north as well. So I'm really looking forward to some significant opposition strength in the year ahead. In the interest of Indian democracy, Vishnu, Indian democracy needs a credible opposition party.
Dr. Tharoor, speaking about this, sticking to Kerala at the moment, the decimation of the left in a sense, you said you didn't expect the scale of victory, but with that scale of victory, perhaps comes another threat. The end of the left in Kerala and the rise, as many have been speaking about, the BJP to replace that space. Do you believe that this result sort of expedites that? What's your sense?
Well, look, I mean, I would be foolish to dismiss the BJP as an insignificant force. Obviously, a party with 2 or 3 seats in the assembly is not at the moment a significant factor. But I do realize that in Bengal in 2011, they had 0, as they did till today. In Kerala, then in Bengal, they went from 0 to 8 in 2016, from 8 to 77 in 2021, and from 77 to 190 odd today. And that suggests that they are capable of actually building up where they had no base at all. But Kerala, I think, poses a very different challenge for them. It's what one might call a cultural challenge. This is genuinely a state where people of all religious groups have lived, coexisted side by side for a very, very long time, and who therefore will simply not be receptive to the Hindutva message. Okay. And every time the BJP has tried to move away from Hindutva and tried to stress development, by reaching out to the Christian community in Kerala, there will be some incident somewhere in the north where priests and nuns will be harassed, attacked, arrested, and so on. And of course, all of them turn out to be from Kerala, and the message they send back to their families and communities back in Kerala is, don't trust the BJP. They'll sweet talk you today, but this is what they do when they have power. Now, that kind of problem that the BJP faces in Kerala was not an issue in Bengal. So I do want to say that they have a specific challenge. The message that we all have talked about in Kerala throughout of being and voting beyond communal considerations has to be taken very seriously. We've had the 2 astonishing cases of a constituency in Kochi that is overwhelmingly Christian voting for a Muslim representative, and we've had another one in Tanur where a constituency overwhelmingly Muslim has voted for a Christian candidate.
What's the lesson you think, Dr. Tharoor, that the Congress nationally needs to learn from the Congress in Kerala? The structure of the party far more active in Kerala than elsewhere. You've seen the party in both places, in Kerala and outside. What are the lessons you think the Congress nationally should learn from Kerala?
We need much more grassroots strength. We need to make sure that we actually exist at all the bottom levels from booths upwards. Every booth should have a congressperson or more. Every ward should have a good committee. And that's the sort of thing that doesn't always happen in some parts of northern India. On top of that, we must not lose sight of the whole notion of politics as social service between elections. Politics is not only about winning elections, it's also about being there to help people in their daily tribulations of life. If the Congress party worker in your particular mohalla is somebody you would turn to fill in a ration card, to find out whether you can get below the poverty line status, to find out how you can get attention for a health problem, to protest if the policeman is refusing to take a complaint down when you've been harassed or your home has been broken into. If the Congress party worker is there for you in all these circumstances, as they would be in Kerala, then I think you have a different story. And I think that's the sort of politics we need to get back to. What the BJP does in elections can't be bettered. They're professional, meticulous, thorough, fiercely organized, and very, very well resourced. But what we can do, I believe, to compensate for that is to be the kind of party that will actually be with people and work with people between elections.
Vishnu has one last question before we let you go, Dr. Tharoor. Vishnu.
Dr. Tharoor, do you welcome the emergence of the TVK and Vijay in the politics of Tamil Nadu? And is it true that you are, as in the Congress, is actively reaching out to him, that with your 5 seats over there, you might actually help take him to form a government?
Well, look, I can't answer that because I don't really deal with Tamil Nadu at all. All I can say, frankly, is that while it's not for me to welcome the defeat of an ally, and we have been loyal to the DMK as an alliance partner, I will say that this is an extraordinarily interesting development. For the first time now in decades, we have no state in the country ruled by the left, and similarly, we have for the first time in decades, 7 decades or 6 decades, no party with the name Dravida in it ruling in Tamil Nadu. These are no small matters. And there are very important changes in politics taking place, which I believe require further reflection and introspection.
Are you in the race to be Chief Minister, or you've given up on that?
No, Rahul. I'm a hard-working member of Parliament in Delhi. And I have people to represent from Kerala whom I owe my allegiance to.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, for joining us. We were chatting with Mr. Gurumurthy, and then I lost that line. I requested him to come back, so here he is again. Mr. Gurumurthy, where do you think the BJP missed a trick? Because you were a proponent of the Annamalai line of thinking, push by itself. You kept saying Tamil politics is ripe for disruption. The disruption did happen, but in a way very different from what you would have liked. What's the lesson from the BJP in a larger term perspective? What does Vijay's victory mean for the future of Dravidian politics?
See, as I mentioned earlier, Dravidian politics has lost all its bite. It is recollecting the past. And the political parties in Tamil Nadu did not realize it, because in the competition between the DMK and AIADMK, one forming it's the competing groups, that's all. There is no competing ideology, there is no competing viewpoint, there is no competing policies. It is just 2 groups fighting for power. That element was not recognized by the BJP. In 2024, it opened up actually. Anomaly opened up that possibility. But the BJP again thought of a shortcut by aligning with the AIADMK. And it was clear to many of us that this was not going to work. Today, Vijay's intervention has proved what we have always been feeling, that Tamil politics, Tamil Nadu politics has moved away from the Dravidian roots, Dravidian moorings. And what Vijay has done is to substitute, as I said, the word Tamil for Dravidian. This is the shift in Tamil Nadu politics, that we are like Telugu Desam or whatever. The local pride is there. But it is not against the nation. Dravidian has anti-national moorings, and Tamil is not. So Vijay means a shift, paradigm shift. But Vijay faces a huge challenge. I don't know how many of his MLAs he would have had directly even talked. How many names of these 100-odd people who are getting elected, whether he will even know the names of those people, I don't know. So it is a crowd.
Martin Narayan has a question for you. Go on, sir.
Mr. Gurumurthy, I have to ask, Vijay has a huge portrait of Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy Nayakar with him. He says officially he says there is no disagreement with the Dravidian ideology as such. So how can you say just because the word Dravida has been dropped, it's no longer Dravidian?
See, Vijay has kept in Tamil Nadu politics, people keep every photo, every picture. There is no party which does not have picture, some Prabhakaran. In Tamil politics, he's a jumbled up. And everybody shares everybody. How many Mahatma Gandhi's pictures? They have nothing to do with Mahatma Gandhi or the Congress. So don't look at it that way. The only party which represented the Dravidian mainstream idea from then till now is the DMK, not even AIADMK. The DMK losing out to AIADMK is not a big shift, because it is the original versus the shadow. Vijay is not like that. Qualitatively, it is very different.
Veera Raghav has a question for you, Mr. Gurumurthy.
I was asking you before we got cut off, sir. You know, what's the future? Look, you know, Vijay has won the election. Do you see him as a temporary aberration to Dravidian politics? Or do you believe that there are certain things about him which could possibly make him a great chief minister? You've seen what? You've seen from MGR to Jayalalitha, you've seen every top leader of Tamil Nadu politics. How do you rate him? How do you assess his abilities to be a chief minister?
See, there is no evidence of his abilities so far. He's popular. And he has struck at the right time. These two things are correct. And he struck in a way that he knew the DMK was a failing party. And he hit the DMK as the main opponent. And he emerged as the main opponent, which the BJP and AIADMK should have done. And they didn't and couldn't. He carried the credibility because he gathered crowds and all that. So the first point I am making is that he's a completely untested material. He has no experience. And he doesn't seem to be a serious politician. For example, he cancelled many rallies. And the way he approached the people also, he didn't look like a very strong and courageous leader. For example, when flowers were thrown at him, he ran away. You know, these are all the things which give an impression that he is yet to evolve. But so far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, it is well administered and there is a bureaucratic setup. And Tamil Nadu culture itself is very, very, what I can say, towards peace and harmony. Even in the worst days of the DMK and DK, there was never a violence in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is a very, very evolved society culturally, and that reflects in its politics. So I don't see any problem in his managing Tamil Nadu. But how will he be able to, will he be an alternative? Will he generate ideas? I don't know what kind of advisors he will have. His biggest challenge is, how is he going to get power? He's a raw man. MGR and Jayalalitha were not like that. MGR was a full-blown politician under the DMK. The AIADMK resided within the DMK. And Jayalalitha was a brilliant
From
woman.
what you've understood,
And she
what
was
kind
trained.
of a chief minister is he likely to be? Because you're also there, you know the man, you see him in society. What kind of a chief minister is Vijay likely to be? And will his party, full of newbie netas, first-timers, imports from other parties, will he be able to govern Tamil Nadu?
That is the point I am making. He has only a crowd. Whether it is the party or whether it is the groups of MLAs, he doesn't seem to have a personal relationship with anyone. And there is no structure through which he would be able to guide them, govern them, relate to them.
Sir,
so
when you make this
peculiar
point,
situation he is in.
when you make this point very briefly, I want you to draw a parallel with MGR and the frenzy that was around MGR vis-a-vis what you've seen with Vijay. What's the core difference or perhaps the lesson that he needs to take from MGR?
You see, MGR was in the DMK and MGR Rasikar Mandram, his fans association, was the backbone of the DMK. And there were at least 40 MLAs who were elected representatives of the MGR fans association. There were half a dozen ministers. There were 10, 12 MPs. They were used to functioning under a structure. They knew what is a party hierarchy. They knew booth working, how to organize, contact people. See, AIADMK was an evolved party, a subsidiary of the DMK, which worked as the backbone of the DMK. When it came out, N.G. Ramachandran was new to power, but he had a well-oiled machinery ready. Very experienced people from the DMK. Very important DMK leaders shifted to him, right up to Nedunjezhan, who was number 2 in the party. So MGR did not lack talent, nor did he lack a stature in the leaders whom he brought in. It's a completely different thing. And the situation was also different. Now it's a completely different in the sense, as I said, Vijay must first begin to look as serious politician. He doesn't look a serious politician first.
Vishnu, show us one quick question, sir, before we let you go. Vishnu.
Mr. Gurumurthy, I'm just trying to understand the number situation. As you know, Vijay is just a couple of seats, approximately 10 seats adrift of forming the government. It appears that with the smaller parties, by which I mean Congress 5, the PMK 5, and among the others, which is 11, there is 4 of them are left, that he could actually come to power using the support of the smaller parties. That means he doesn't need to ally with the AIADMK. Do you believe that his independent identity in Tamil politics will be reinforced if he manages to come to power with the smaller parties as opposed to allying, let us say, with the AIADMK?
You see, wisdom dictates, practical and political wisdom dictates that he should not ally with either of the two Dravidian parties. And I don't think he will. Because Congress and Vijay very narrowly missed getting allied before the elections. And so the Congress is likely to shift grounds. And DMK, anyway, is looking for an opportunity to share power in Tamil Nadu. It will also shift. And I understand, I saw some statement from BCK that they would also like to support, which means he will gobble up a majority. Of course, a wafer-thin majority. And nobody is going to pull him down very easily. He will run a government. How it will shape up in future will depend upon how well he runs the administration. Because Tamil Nadu is already a well-governed state. Despite the fact the political parties are not the ones which governed the state. There is a culture, there is a bureaucratic culture, there is a behavior of the people, very hard-working, sincere people. And so it is not like other states. So he is having a good state to govern, but whether he will be able to provide something different to what the DMK or ADMK did is a big question mark, which he has to answer. And I think at the moment, he doesn't have enough human resources to do it.
Okay, we'll leave it there. You're skeptical about his chances. It'll remain to be seen how he finally does. Mr. Gurumurthy, for taking out time and joining us on NDTV. Thank you very much. Appreciate this. Veera, the old guard, the old timers, obviously very wary of the ability of the new party and the new Chief Minister to deliver.
Absolutely, and I think that's part of the age demographic problem and the reason why we did not estimate or assess the TVK sort of a fact that they could possibly get power on their own, right? So I think Vijay has proven everybody wrong so far in terms of his abilities to have gotten this far in an election. Let's see what he does in the future, but I would just disagree with Mr. Gurumurthy there one bit on two aspects. One, he's right that this is the first party without the Dravidian name that's come to power, but the point that Madhavan Narayan's making is that Vijay's ideological positioning is as Dravidian as the Dravidian parties in the sense that it's as opposed to the BJP and its Hindutva as, you know, in that sense.
Let's be very clear. But he's not only on record on this, he began his first rally in Madurai by taunting Modi by saying, what is this G and all that. And later after the Karur stampede, he toned it down.
I was just completing my point, Vishnu, and I think Vishnu asked a very important question on how he's going to get the numbers to be there. Vishnu, I think no one will be able to stop Vijay at 108 from being
I think
but midterm, Vishnu, with a wafer-thin majority,
he could be in trouble.
If he is not doing great work, if there is too much that comes out, because let's not forget that the DMK and ADMK are hawks. They know what their game is. So it's going to be very interesting to watch how the numbers
come back strong. Okay, all of you hold on for 1 second. I'm told we just have to go across to NDTV's Deepak Bopanna, who's been tracking so many developments in Tamil Nadu. Are we expecting a statement from Vijay anytime soon? What's happening?
Well, Vishnu, a statement hasn't come in from, the actor ever since elections was announced. Other than the times that he speaks on the dais, he hasn't spoken to the media. So it's unlikely that he's going to step out of the house now and probably speak. But he is definitely going to address the party cadre. Where that's going to happen is not very clear. We are told that he's going to leave his residence in about 5 to 10 minutes. He's headed, in all likelihood, to meet his father and his other family members. I'm just going to show you the heightened security right now at his residence. A huge convoy of police vehicles right now on standby to escort him. We've seen in the past as well, across the stretches where he moves, there's a huge number of fans and supporters who really gather. There is a frenzy of sorts, and it usually, results in a little bit of a chaotic situation. The police right now want to avoid that. You're looking at a man possibly who's going to take oath to become the next Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. So they don't want to really leave any stone unturned to ensure that all safety protocols are followed. Just a while ago, we even had metal detectors, which you're looking at now, which was brought in. And these are indicators that they realize now this is a person of prominence. They need to ensure that all security safety protocols are followed. But right now for, Vijay, while of course it's time for celebration, but it's not completely over. The mathematics will still continue because his numbers are at about 110 at this point in time. They could fluctuate by a number or two, but not beyond that. So where is he going to get that number of about at least 10 to remain comfortable? Is he going to go to the smaller parties? The dialogues will be on, and you can be rest assured that some of the advisors, some of his friends.
All right, Deepak, just hold on for half a second. Those numbers are something we were looking at very closely. They are at about 108 now. They should have the support of smaller parties to get to 110. We'll have to wait and see. But we can go across to Vasudha Venugopal as well, who joins us. And there are celebration shots over there. Vasudha is at the headquarters of the TVK. Vasudha, what's happening all around you?
Absolutely, a lot of activity has intensified here, and the group of fans actually came in and they put that big mala on top of the gate, and they've also put in the kodi or the flag of TVK. Ninga thalle yeri ninga potinga enge vandirkinga
நான் இங்க பனையூர் தான் மேம்
யார் ஏறி போட்டீங்க
அவங்க தான்
where have you come from
my from வந்து சாலிகிராமம் he's come from சாலிகிராமம் my candidate my என்னோட okay
this one our people say get that there and our flag also overall in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Only Vijay also in Tamil Nadu.
Whistle.
Okay, so Whistle and Vijay has won. Then there's a lot of activity there, and there's also there are many women also, Vishnu, here. நீங்க நல்லா பாடுறீங்க. என்ன விஜயோட ஃபேனா இல்ல சப்போர்ட்டரா?
விஜய் அண்ணாவுடைய தங்கச்சி.
She says that she is the sister, younger sister of Vijay. ஏதாவது ஒரு பாட்டு பாடி காமிங்க.
என் அண்ணன் வந்து எப்போவுமே உயர்ந்து தான் இருக்கணும். அவர் கீழே போக மாட்டார், எப்பவுமே மேலே தான் இருப்பார். அதனால அவருக்காக ஒரு கடவுளுடைய பாட்டை பாடுறேன். நீ மேலே எழும்பிடுவாய், மிக உயரத்தில் பறந்திடுவாய். நீ மேலே எழும்பிடுவாய், மிக உயரத்தில் பறந்திடுவாய். நீ காத்திருந்த நாட்களுக்கு பலனை அனுபவிப்பாய். அவர் காத்திருந்தார் இந்த நேரத்துக்காக. 4ஆம் தேதி எல்லாரும் எதிர்பார்க்கிற இந்த வெற்றியின் பாதையை அண்ணன் ஜெயிப்பார் என்ற இந்த வெற்றி கட்சி, வெற்றி தமிழக வெற்றி கழகத்தை என் அண்ணன் எதிர்பார்த்த மாதிரி அவருக்கு வெற்றி கிடைச்சிருக்கு. எல்லா மக்களுக்கும், தமிழ்நாட்டு எல்லா மக்களுக்கும், எல்லா நண்பர்களுக்கும் எங்க நன்றியை நாங்க தெரிவிக்கிறோம்.
So that is that the celebrations have intensified. It was quite a quiet place for some time now. But yes, Vijay is also expected to come here after 8 o'clock. So I think all of this is also going to, in some ways, have a more colourful picture to it.
Stay with us, Vasudha. Madhavan, this is
I have some
Jan Nayagan in real life.
Let me contrast him with MGR.
Yes,
to give you a real perspective. MGR was called Purachi Talaivar, literally means revolutionary leader. And he referred to women as Thai Kulam, the community of mothers. Now, Vijay is belonging to a different generation. It's called Jananayagan or Dalapati, which means general or people's hero. And the most interesting thing which he's made in his early campaign speeches is that he says, all you Tamil women, I am your brother, and I am the uncle to your little child. It's like I am your mamaji and your woman's brother. So this woman who we spoke to, she sees herself as Vijay's sister, not literal sister, but in a metaphorical sense, and that has a kind of emotional pull, the way Thai Kulam had for MGR as a
I'm a voter in Mylapore. The day I went to vote and came back, the first thing I hear from my son, who's 20 years old, who's not a voter in Chennai, is turn around and tell me, I hope you guys voted for TVK. This time, for the first time, I'm actually listening to all your politics talk on TV.
As a Gen Z person yourself, I have no doubt you voted for Vijay.
No, I don't want to say who I voted for, but number two, is that my 11-year-old nephew comes back and tells my mother, asks my mother and my sister, I hope the family has voted for TVK. If he loses, I'm not going to talk to you guys.
So the Panna Pramukh has been replaced by the family Pramukh now.
Can I just make one small point? We'll come back to Vasudha in half a second, but you know, Rahul, in Bengal it was BJP 199, 200, and then it became 200, 201. It's at 201 now. That dominance, that sweep of the BJP, it is truly incredible. Let's go back to Vasudha at this stage. Vasudha, we interrupted you earlier on. Go ahead, tell us what's happening around you. I think 8 p.m. you said is when Vijay comes out. He starts addressing party cadres. There was that wonderful song we heard over there. What else is happening?
Well, Vishnu, I just met this, senior person, and you have been telling us, that you watched NDTV and you liked it. Are you also a Vijay fan? Because, there is this belief that only Gen Z and youngsters are voting for TVK. Do you like Vijay, sir?
I like Vijay very much. I'm very happy that he's going to come to power.
Why?
I'm sure that he'll bring a drastic change in Tamil Nadu politics. He will do good to the public, to the entire public of Tamil Nadu. And I'm very sure we can see progress in the state. So I have a lot of hopes in him.
So that is, and what do you do, sir?
I'm a retired engineer.
He's a retired engineer who says that he's happy that Vijay is coming to power. But remember that Vijay is yet to get that magic number of 117. But for all of his fans, that really doesn't matter. They've put the Kodi, they've put the Malay. In fact, it's very funny that all these people, they came here saying that we spent so much money buying all of this. None of these leaders are here. Now the fans are trying to climb up this big gate, and they're putting this poster, putting this thing out. It says massive victory for TVK, and has a lot of praises for Jananayakan, for Vijay as well. And the doors, the gate has not been opened. They're just hoping that Vijay will come here in some time from now.
Ramaswamy is there outside the Loyola College as well, Vishnu. Radhika, what are you hearing? What are you seeing?
Right, Veera and Vishnu, yes, I am outside Loyola College. In fact, this is where the counting for his constituency, TVK, Vijay's constituency, has happened. He will be coming here to collect the certificate, which is why a sea of fans have gathered here in huge numbers. There is massive traffic jam as a result of this, and they've been here for the last couple of hours. Youngsters, women, people young and old whistling away, showing the TVK flag, bursting firecrackers. There is security arrangement all around. There are at least about 200 police officials, all over this particular place. So that's the kind of security enhancement in this particular place. Let me also go across to a few fans here. என்ன சொல்றீங்க இப்ப விஜய் வருவா
விஜய் இப்ப வர அவருக்காக தான் நின்னுட்டு இருக்கோம் எல்லாரும்
என்ன சொல்றீங்க அவரோட வின்ன பத்தி சொல்லுங்க
ஹிஸ்டாரிக்கல் மூமெண்ட் கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்காரு गर्ल्सக்கு வந்து we feel it's so safe
சீக்கிரமா இவர மாதிரி இங்க எல்லாமே என்ன விசில் போடுங்க பெண்களுக்கு security is something Vijay will assure, is what these women here are saying.
அவர் காசு கொடுத்து ஓட்டு வாங்கல
Okay,
அவர் காசு கொடுத்து ஓட்டு வாங்கல
this is something a lot of people have been echoing here since this morning, that while DMK and AIADMK have been giving and gifting money and coupons, Vijay did not do that. Despite that, he won with this kind of a margin, or he won more than 100 seats. That's as a result of, the faith in TVK, faith in Vijay is what all of these people here are saying. And, that's evident with the numbers. Numbers are a testament to the kind of fandom he has, to the kind of popularity he has. But we really have to see how he'll get that magic figure of 118. As of now, perhaps 108 to 110, but a few more numbers to go. But as of now, all the fans and admirers here really waiting to catch a glimpse of him after he won with these big numbers.
This is going to be insane. Next 5 years in Chennai, a superstar in a state as cinema obsessed as Tamil Nadu, at the peak of his prowess, becoming the next chief minister. This is Jananayakan in real life.
Yeah, but there is a huge paradox I want to bring your attention to, which is that Tamil Nadu also has seen 25 years of the IT revolution with 98% smartphone penetration. Many people, hordes of people caught trains from Chennai working in IT centers for companies like IBM and Infosys to go down to their villages to vote. The level of literacy in higher education in Tamil Nadu is so high that this is not just about the cinema glamour. As I was telling NDTV,
what is it about?
Prophet today, he's like a brand ambassador for a new generation. So this is the Ye Dil Mange More kind of moment for Tamil Nadu.
Okay, you know, I think while one aspect, Rahul, is to say that this film star has come in politics and he's swept it away. I think the more important aspect, and it's been muted in the DMK's propaganda machinery's success, is the anti-incumbency in the state. I think there was a repulsion for dynasty politics and anti-incumbency, and there was corruption as a serious issue on the ground. I think there was a yearning for change, and it was the right time that Vijay came in, which explains why the AIADMK has been able to hold on to things, but the TVK, the biggest beneficiary because of the fact that Vijay seems like the alternative to this politics. Let's just see, from real life superstar to real life disruptor, Vijay has scripted this stunning political debut in Tamil Nadu. Let's take a look at this history of Vijay and this report.
I am coming.
He came, he challenged, he conquered. The new force in Tamil Nadu politics. Thalapathy Vijay's blockbuster debut on political box office. Defying even the die-hard supporters' expectations and political pundits. Pulling off a stunner. The rising star has eclipsed the sun in the Dravidian heartland. While many cinestars have succeeded and failed before Vijay in Tamil Nadu politics, Vijay's performance is nothing short of a miracle. In just over 2 years since announcing his political entry in 2024, Vijay has established himself as the prime pole of the Tamil Nadu politics. Earlier stars turned netas like MGR and Jayalalitha, who reached the peak, had a long political career before reaching the peak. Vijay is starting from the peak. That makes it an unbelievable political feat. Pegging his campaign on the promise of new politics, targeting DMK on corruption and dynasty.
Stalin uncle, what uncle is very wrong uncle.
Clearly keeping distance from the BJP and the AIADMK. Vijay from the start positioned himself as a crusader, the superhero people needed. As he battled the political attacks and repeated rounds of CBI questioning after the Karur tragedy, he recalibrated, learnt his lesson. As his film Jananayagan struggled to see the light of the day, he did not make it a big issue, concentrating on his promises and messaging to the voters of the state. Many cinestars before Vijay tried and failed. Kamal Haasan, Shivaji Ganeshan, a reluctant Rajnikant who never took the plunge after showing interest. But Vijay has managed to turn the massive popularity into votes at a massive scale, with his messaging of welfare and clean politics. Vijay's rise may upend the entrenched Dravidian politics in the state, which the DMK championed. And while his win is stunning, Vijay's entry into politics was neither sudden nor accidental. In July 2009, Vijay's vast network of fan clubs numbering around 85,000 crystallized under a welfare association named Vijay Makkal Iyakam or VMI. Initially positioned as a social service platform, the organization entered the political arena by supporting the AIADMK-led alliance in the 2011 assembly elections. Murmurs of Vijay's political ambition followed. Earlier, MGR had famously converted his 20,000 fan clubs into party units of the AIADMK. He started projecting a savior figure rooted in social justice in his movies. Vijay spoke of farmers' distress in Kadathi, healthcare corruption in Mersal, stood up for women's sports in Bigil and exposed electoral manipulation in Sarkar. Even his last and yet to be released outing Jananayagan has overt the political tones. With ruling DMK pushed to a distant third spot, Vijay's rise is one of the biggest disruptions in Indian politics. This is likely to change the rules of Tamil Nadu politics forever. Bureau Report, NDTV.
There will be only one lion, and even if it is single, it will be the king of jungle.
Well, if we take a look at this dramatic day of 5 battlegrounds, I think the larger picture of India needs to be looked at as well. In as much as each of these states is absolutely critical, what we can now bring you is this reality check. With this fresh win in West Bengal, the BJP-led NDA now governs 22 states. To say that there is a saffron wave across the country is an understatement of the highest order. Apart from just a handful of states across the country, particularly in the south of the country, it is a saffron wave from the west of India to the east of India. And this raises a lot of important questions on just where the opposition lies. Should there be diversity in our political opinion? Jemrig, we were talking about this a little while earlier on. What does this mean for our democracy? Now, this isn't to take away from the BJP or what they've done, but diversity in political views and opinions has been at the heart of what we stand for.
No, look, the opposition parties are very active in these states, but they are laggards. In the sense, they are at least about 9 or 10% behind the BJP. So you have that. In some cases, you have a splintered opposition, which is turning the BJP into some sort of a natural party of governance. But that does not mean that the democratic debate is over. They're all there. No.
All right, so the democratic debate not over. They are all over there, but it is nonetheless a fairly striking sort of map. But of course, Kerala and Tamil Nadu fiercely sort of defying that trend. But Tamil Nadu politics absolutely sensational this time around with the emergence of Vijay. We expect him to come out and speak in a little while from now, at least to his supporters. And we do expect the Prime Minister to be at the BJP headquarters from approximately 6 p.m. Onwards or so. In terms of a quick update on Bengal now the BJP are well above 200. They're at 202 at this particular stage. We are still waiting to hear from Mamata Banerjee. Will she be conceding defeat anytime soon? I'm going to move on briefly by taking a look at Bengal before we turn back and perhaps take a look at what's been happening with the Prime Minister's speech coming. And I think the key point in Bengal is in the distribution of seats, which are likely to have been won by various parties, assuming all of these leads actually translate into seats. If you actually look at all of this, there are a couple of areas which are expected. This is where, for example, the Jalpaiguri area in the north of the state, the BJP with 26, the Trinamool didn't do well over here, but even last time around, the BJP had done very well, but it is an absolute sweep. A lot of people would have suggested that it would have been closer, but if you take a look at Midnapur, which lies in the southwest of Bengal, it is the number of seats very, very significant. This is an area where the Trinamool Congress did very well last time, but they've been entirely routed. The BJP up 29, the Trinamool Congress down 29. It's difficult sometimes, Jemrig, to sort of break it all down. But if we take a look at this critical part of Bengal, what is it that the Trinamool Congress did wrong? Or was this an area, for example, hit by the electoral vote?
No, in fact, these were the least impacted by SIR deletions. Right. These were areas below average. However, in northern Bengal, Jalpaiguri, Midnapur, and the Jhargram area, the BJP's vote share itself is touching 50%. Right. So it has actually absorbed all the aspirational vote and pushed the Trinamool down to 40s. Yep. So that huge 8 or 10% gap in a two-party scenario is showing up as the landslide.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the presidency area. This includes Kolkata as well,
Absolutely.
right? And this is where The Trinamool has done well.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Relatively speaking.
Relatively. It's got a concentrated vote. Here, actually, the Trinamool has a 3% edge over the BJP. The Trinamool is about 38 or 39. The BJP is 35% of the vote. However, the Trinamool's vote remains concentrated in the minority-dominant areas, which gives it a lower conversion ratio at 47 and the BJP a higher conversion ratio at 59.
So would schemes like Lokhi Bhandar and some of the other schemes which the Trinamool Congress was really banking on, is that something likely to have impacted?
Vishnu, you made a very relevant point. All these elections, we saw state governments beating incumbency and getting re-elected banking on the DBTs, the direct benefit transfer schemes. What Bengal shows and what even Tamil Nadu shows today is that if the voters get a leader who caters more to their aspirational class, they might just not look at those DBT schemes, which is what has happened in Bengal.
But this is fascinating. Malda it's even Stevens.
Even Stevens.
It's even Stevens.
Absolutely.
This is where
these are the areas where there was a higher than average SIR deletion also. So in a way, that has helped the BJP catch up with the Trinamool.
Right. And let's just move across, take a look at Assam for the benefit of our viewers. If you take a look at Assam and the overall seat sort of situation in Assam, it's been disastrous for the Congress.
Let's give this in a full perspective.
Go ahead with the perspective. At 101, and the Congress even lower than they were last time around.
See, the structure of the constituencies changed after 2021. There's a new delimitation. So the best reference benchmark for this seat distribution is the 2024 Lok Sabha polls converted to assembly results. That time the NDA led in 92 of 126. About 23 to 24 were unwinnable for NDA because of the demography. They were completely minority dominant. So as such, the NDA's catchment area was 126 minus 24, which was 102.
Right.
The BJP has literally picked up the whole catchment area.
Right.
It's taken 101 or 102.
Yeah.
So that's what has happened.
All right, well, we're just waiting now, and in a little while from now, we expect the Prime Minister to be at the BJP headquarters. This is going to be, no doubt, a stirring victory sort of message. But for the moment, let's quickly go across to Shreyashi. She's been tracking Mamata Banerjee, who'd entered some of she went into some of the strongholds where voting was taking place. Yeah, please.
That the Chief Secretary of West Bengal has put out a statement saying nothing should be burnt, no file should be taken away. Shreyashi Day has more information on that. That's quite interesting. As this government changes, an official notification asking that no file be burnt or removed. Take our viewers through that, Shreyashi.
Well, there's been a political tectonic shift here in West Bengal. The Chief Secretary of the state has written to all department secretaries as well as heads saying that no files should be removed, damaged or taken out of their departments. Here at the Bhavanipur strong room, the Chief Minister continues to sit inside alone with her counting agent, refusing to accept defeat. Of course, this is going to have a larger implication not only in West Bengal politics, in Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's political journey, but also the national impact. On the other hand, BJP supporters a short while ago heckled a Trinamool Congress councillor who also happens to be the Chief Minister's sister-in-law. She was here to take stock of the situation, but the BJP workers are extremely charged up and they are raising slogans because this is historic. The BJP has never come to power here in West Bengal and they're looking at taking oath here and forming government, and finally all the plans from just about 3 MLAs to now crossing the 200 mark here in West Bengal. They have done what many had thought would be impossible, and now of course we are waiting for the Chief Minister to come out if she addresses the media or not. But right now we can see that the administration is gearing up for a regime change here in West Bengal, and of course the official notifications have started coming in, and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee still remains the lone street fighter inside the strong room, even as her party faces the biggest setback ever here in West Bengal.
Right, Shreyashi, in fact, Mamata Banerjee has been inside that strong room for more than an hour now. We brought our viewers visuals of her actually driving in. to that particular area. Thanks very much. We're going to take a short break at this stage and come back with the very latest. A big quick reminder, the Prime Minister should be speaking to BJP party workers, among others, in just a little while from now. So do stay tuned to that and our continued coverage of this fantastic, dramatic day of Indian politics.
Spinny, sell your car for the best price. Download the Spinny app. Brought to you by SEAT. Built for grip.
Ankit Singh started a gym.
At 190, the Trinamool down to under 3 digits at 98. The left, in a sense, staging a micro-mini sort of comeback with 2. They hadn't done very much. The Congress, again, the left and the Congress, non-players in Bengal, both parties had once dominated this political sort of scenario in the state. But what would be interesting to actually do is to break it actually down and see where the BJP has gained most, where the Trinamool has actually lost out. So if we go through some of the regions, the Bardwan region first, it's the BJP, and this is the Bardwan region in the west of Bengal. The BJP at 37 in terms of leads over here, the Trinamool Congress at 17. So this is where the BJP has gained over the Trinamool Congress. But if you ask me, perhaps the most decisive area which has gone completely against the Trinamool Congress is Medinipur. The BJP at 53 in terms of leads over here, and the Trinamool Congress absolutely devastated. Joyantada, would you like to come in and sort of take a look at Medinipur itself? How is it that this difference is as stark as it is? Because if the Trinamool were to get close to the BJP, they would have had to have done phenomenally better in Midnapur.
It's a very important point. Number one, rural Bengal was TMC's stronghold.
Yeah.
And now BJP is, has captured this area. And SIR effect, it is less in this area.
Right.
It's not border area.
Right.
So SIR impact on this result, that also will be oversimplification.
So all right, hold on for half a second. I've got GVL Narasimha Rao of the BJP also joining me over here. Congratulations. Absolutely remarkable performance by the BJP. This entire conversation, GVL Narasimha Rao, of insider versus outsider has been decidedly thrown aside as far as Bengal is concerned. I'm looking at various regions, looking at Midnapur, where the gap between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress is whopping. The BJP at 53, the Trinamool at 3. Can you explain why or how the BJP did so well in South West Bengal?
Vishnu, good afternoon to you, all the guests in the studio, all the anchors in the studio. I think it's not just in one region, it's a sweep across Bengal. For a party that has won 77 seats and to become the opposition party, today we have again made almost a three-time jump in our tally, closing almost nearing 200 seats. I think it's a sweep across West Bengal, and particularly in regions which have seen a big jump in turnout. I think even seats which were considered to be a fortress, considered to be citadel for Trinamool Congress, the BJP has been able to win such seats because people of Bengal have decided that it's time for them to really throw out the present incumbent government out of power. And West Bengal, I think people certainly see the development, the kind of rapid strides in development that different states of the country have seen under the rule of the BJP. And therefore they feel it's always good to have a double engine government with a positive approach towards developing the state hand in hand with the central government. The Trinamool Congress, by becoming a hurdle in this in this development, in this process of development, people said, well, let's get rid of the TMC. But one point I'd like to make about the Tamil Nadu discussion that you were having. The Congress, I think there was a lot of discussion about how Congress could become a player. The Congress is insignificant in Tamil Nadu. The numbers that
what they just all that they have said is that their lines are open. It means nothing because, as you correctly said, the phone call is open, but nobody is dialing, or so they statistically don't have the numbers. So it's a
just called to say I love
no. They've kept the phone open. That's about it. So there's nothing more.
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Sehgal. What's at stake? How to...
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Sehgal, on Prime 5, only on NDTV 24/7.
Good evening and welcome. Thanks very much for staying with NDTV on this blockbuster day and our blockbuster coverage. The big story at this moment, of course, is coming from both West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. In West Bengal, BJP storming into power. And what numbers you see on your screens right now. And on the other hand, in Tamil Nadu, you have a surprise factor of the TVK at 111 for the TVK in Tamil Nadu. And in West Bengal, you have the BJP very close to the 200 mark. And with numbers like that, you can imagine this is like the last citadel captured by the BJP in the east. These images you see right now, Shiv and Veera, are from the BJP headquarters, and the man you see on your screens right now, Nitin Nabin. This is his first election as the new BJP president, so massive for him.
What an incredible first election to happen as a young BJP president. Bengal, an election that has... Okay, Vijay is leaving his residence. Obviously, we're cutting straight from BJP headquarters in Delhi to the Neelangarai residence of actor Vijay in Chennai. This is the first, any moment now, Veera and Padmaja, we'll get our first image of the day of Vijay. He has been invisible so far. We will get back to it. So that's just a 4-second visual of Vijay leaving. We don't have a picture of him yet. We've been promised that we will switch back once we get a picture.
You know that barricade that you see there is going to become a permanent structure with journalists constantly perched out there. I'm sure that they've all discussed and decided this is where they have to be for the next...
We'll get that first picture of... we haven't seen since these results started coming in. The Prime Minister and Vijay. And both of them, with our luck, are going to emerge at the same time. We'll have the Prime Minister make his victory speech at the BJP headquarters in Delhi at 7 p.m. today. And before that, you see the saffron safa being twirled there in the air. And you remember the latest, the most recent time when you saw this happening was after the BJP became the single largest party in Bihar. During the campaign, the PM had done this signature move of taking his safa and twirling it, and now after the Bengal results, you see it happen.
And look, from Bihar to Bengal, what's happened? When Bihar happened, nobody knew Nitin Nabin, who was an MLA in Bihar, in the national media. Today, he is the president of the BJP in charge of this entire day. When it's there, you look, Padmaja, I think the import of looking at West Bengal important because the BJP has won. But I think from the BJP's and the NDA's point of view, and also a big worry for the national opposition, is the fact that two principal regional forces which have led the national opposition in more ways than one have been decimated today.
And Amit Shah, we have the first reaction from the Home Minister and somebody who in fact was at the forefront of the entire BJP campaign. Remember, Bhai versus Bharosa was the slogan of the BJP in this election, and to ensure that there would be no bhai, no fear in the voters, Amit Shah had said from stage 15 days, I'm going to be parking myself in West Bengal. And now the first reaction from him, he says, बंगाल वासियों ने घुसपैठियों और उनके हितैषियों को ऐसा सबक सिखाया है जिसे तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति करने वाली पार्टियां कभी भुला नहीं पाएंगी. The people of Bengal have taught such a lesson to the infiltrators and their well-wishers that those who practice the politics of appeasement are not going to be forgetting it in a hurry. बंगाल ने जिन आशाओं और आकांक्षा के साथ मोदी जी के नेतृत्व पर यह विश्वास जताया है, हम निश्चित रूप से उसे पूरा करेंगे. karenge, we will fulfill all the hopes and dreams of the people who have reposed their trust in the leadership of Modi ji, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swami Vivekanand, Kavi Guru Tagore, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose और डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जैसे महापुरुषों की पावन भूमि बंगाल का खोया गौरव लौटाने और सोनार बांग्ला के स्वप्न को साकार करने के लिए भाजपा दिन रात एक कर देगी. Now, this last paragraph extremely significant because remember, this has been the war cry, as it were, of the BJP throughout, that this is the land of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swami Vivekanand, Rabindranath Tagore, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and of course Shyama Prasad Mukherjee himself. And this should not be reduced to a land of appeasement politics. And it's that legacy. The BJP always says that you try and paint us as outsiders, but we have our very roots in West Bengal. Vande Mataram. Janaganaman,
and it's almost
Prasad Mukherjee, all of them.
It's almost like a civilizational response that Amit Shah has, from the depths of his political being, that response seems to have been crafted, Padmaja, and you were on the ground, so you felt that as well. The BJP, which had been constantly castigated as outsiders, uncultured, from the Hindi heartland, gutka, eating people. The BJP now not only wanting to sort of remind the Trinamool in its defeat that it is no sole custodian of Bengal's culture, but that the BJP has an origin story that very much begins in the land of Bengal as well. And I think that's where this actually comes from.
And it's not just for the BJP, by the way. For anyone who knows the RSS, if there are two places where the RSS has deep and wide roots, one is, of course, Kerala. Everyone knows that is the aching nerve, the throbbing nerve of the RSS, that you have the maximum number of shakhas there and yet never had a taste of power. In fact, it has been a communist bastion for long. And the second, if you go to the most backward areas of West Bengal, you will find the greatest and the strongest presence of the RSS in those areas. You speak of Jhargram, which had at one point of time, it was a victim of Maoist violence. Who was resisting them? You had the RSS, which was fighting back. It was the RSS who was running schools for the tribals. It is the RSS who was trying to educate and organize the tribals to ensure that they are not converted or they are not intimidated. So for the BJP and the RSS both, West Bengal is that Pavan Bhumi that they talk about today, which Amit Shah is speaking of today in his first reaction that we are coming in. And all of these, you have the significance, the fact that you have got Nitin Nabin, a young legislator from Bihar, become the president. The Prime Minister says, youngest ever, exactly. And it's also, you're looking at a generational change in the way that West Bengal has voted, that entire narrative of insider, outsider, who belongs to West Bengal,
okay, Vijay,
power, all of that decimated, and then a generational change in the BJP as well.
Vijay, images. Speaking of generational shift, Vijay's first images, Padmaja, coming in now.
Over 100, seats in this Tamil Nadu election, while of course many question his capabilities of taking on the two Dravidian parties. He's really changed the dynamics of how Tamil Nadu politics works. How he'll of course manage to get that number, that magic number, is the question now that remains on everybody's minds.
Well, Vijay is 6 short of that magic figure in Tamil Nadu, but he's got to be. We don't know. Is he spoiled for choice? What's it going to be? Are those first images coming? Let's go back to Deepak. I don't know if he's connected live with us. He's not connected live with us. He was recording a report because I think Vijay's cavalcade, a car has become a cavalcade now, heading towards the TVK office. We don't know where he's headed. So I'm going to try and get our reporters live now so we can put that picture of the car leaving the Neelankarai. Can we put that visual on air?
We have to warn our viewers in advance. If you think this is chaotic, this is exactly how it's going to be this evening, because like we said, Prime Minister expected at BJP headquarters, and then you have Vijay expected to surface any time now. So we'll have to keep switching between Delhi and Chennai with feverish regularity. So, and there we have newer images coming in of Vijay.
That's Vijay's SUV, I think either reaching or leaving from his residence, Veera?
Leaving from his residence in Panayur, which is about 25-30 minutes. I was told that they were going to have something inside the city. He first wanted to meet his leadership and then he will send a message across. He's not in a hurry for any of that, Shiv, but, in a sense, what you guys were saying, what you were, Padmaja, you were saying, between West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Puducherry and Assam completely forgotten virtually. It's now become a West Bengal Tamil Nadu battle.
To be fair, the two largest states also in this election.
Two larger states, but also the fascinating nature of the results.
Yeah.
And just to add to the point that you were making just a short while ago, I think both regional parties at some level, and especially for the DMK, perhaps the key learning is that the constant narrative of Tamil Nadu versus Tamil Nadu versus Delhi.
Subnationalism.
It's not subnationalism. I think this is more about regional assertion, and I think it's a very important aspect in a federal structure, which has been violated in some ways. But then, constantly using that as the narrative in 2019, 2021 and 2024. And again, I think people start getting used to it, and it's not as if the DMK has been extremely, doing something great out of that.
The firecrackers is used, but let me show you more visuals coming in of sweets being distributed among Vijay supporters. Among Vijay supporters as well as...
First pictures of Vijay sitting in the front seat, his hands joined, folded in a namaskaram, as his black SUV attempts to get past a crowd and a scrum of reporters there at his residence. Huge, absolutely understandable interest in getting those first pictures of Vijay, and you've just seen them there on NDTV. I'm going to try and freeze those pictures so we can get you that exact shot. Okay, these are live pictures, but our producers are going to put that picture out and tweet it and put it on our screen in the next 25 seconds maximum, so we can tell you that.
Just for a second, the Prime Minister has just tweeted the first reaction from the Prime Minister saying the lotus blooms in West Bengal. The 2026 West Bengal Assembly elections will be remembered forever. People's power has prevailed and BJP's politics of good governance has triumphed. I bow to every person of West Bengal. The people have given a spectacular mandate to BJP, and I assure them that our party will do everything possible to fulfill the dreams and aspirations of the people. We will provide a government that ensures opportunity and dignity to all sections of society. And this one line, I want to underline it again. People's power has prevailed and the BJP's politics of good governance has triumphed. Because throughout, if you spoke to anyone in Bengal during the campaign, Shiv and Veera, they would say, this is the people fighting this election. Janta ye chunav lad rahi hai. BJP is just the vehicle. We are just the receptacle. It is the people standing up and overthrowing. Paltano darkar. BJP Sarkar.
It's really important to also note here that, we've just read out Amit Shah's message, the Home Minister's message, and now we're reading out the Prime Minister's message. The tone and tonality of the two messages are quite different, Padmaja, and we do know that this is no coincidence. Amit Shah reflecting the anger, the yearning, the pent-up suffering perhaps and emotions within the BJP over what it has been subjected to and what it has finally been able to achieve in Bengal. The Prime Minister's message, one of statesmanship, one of, more of promise, forward-looking, what the oath and the pledge that has been made to the people of Bengal during its entire campaign in Bengal, not just in this election, but even in the last election, flowing into this one. Here's the Prime Minister saying, we will give you dignity to all sections of society and ensure opportunity. So a kind of, forward-looking, progressive, opportunity-based promise to the people of Bengal.
Yeah, so
very different.
Amit Shah almost gives voice to the pain.
Yeah.
And the Prime Minister says, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's over. It's done. Now let's see what happens next. We're here to take care that the suffering that West Bengal has been subjected to, now it will be taken care of.
In just a bit from now, we'll also have Karthi Chidambaram, join us in just a bit in terms of live. And I think that's important, Shiv, primarily because this 108 that you're talking about, I think the Congress is at 4 or 5 in Tamil Nadu. There will be several others who will flock to the TVK at the moment. So I don't think getting the numbers is the TVK's big problem. They've got categorical this one, but yet 117. And I must state for the record, 2006 was the first time since 1952 that Tamil Nadu did not have one single party with a clear majority. 2026, 20 years down the line, again the same thing. The DMK would have been hoping for the numbers to be reversed this way. They would have been hoping for a 108 for their party and 76 for the TVK, but no, not to be. It's totally changed. And I think the big story is not just the fact that the DMK has lost this election.
Gauri is live with us from the BJP headquarters in Delhi. I'm also going to ask our team to get a freeze frame on Vijay inside his vehicle as quickly as possible. There is huge interest from millions of people to see that picture of Vijay. It's important that NDTV puts it out first. So I'm going to urge our team to get that picture on our screen as quickly as possible. We can split the screen between Delhi and Chennai and show them both things. There's interest in both. Gauri is live with us. Gauri Dwivedi is live with us from the BJP headquarters, where the Prime Minister will be arriving shortly. Nitin Nabin and others have already arrived. Amit Shah and others will arrive a little later. The Prime Minister will be there at 7 p.m. to speak. Gauri, what's the mood on the ground at the BJP headquarters? The myth of permanent resistance, where the BJP cannot enter certain national citadels like Bengal, that myth is dead today. It's lying in tatters. What's happening there?
Please, Karthi Chidambaram.
Absolutely.
All right, there seems to be, I think
it's a desperately bad lag there. Okay, there she goes.
The number of women who've actually played Sindoor Khela in front of me as they've been celebrating this historic victory. And Shiv, Padmaja, everybody in the studios, you've been dissecting this election threadbare. One thing I want to say, I was here the night the Prime Minister addressed the BJP Karyakartas after that Bihar mandate. And he said very clearly, Bihar mandate, the Prime Minister spoke about Bengal, and today I hear the number of people saying Punjab. It's almost becoming a trend, and all eyes now on Prime Minister's address. He's already set out the mood with that very important message that he's put out, the message on Twitter where he said that this will be about governance. The government in Bengal of BJP will focus on welfare, governance and accountability. That's exactly what cadre, rank and file are here to listen to. And of course, Home Minister Amit Shah as well. Remember, he camped in Bengal for almost a fortnight, and what he says, if he addresses as well, will be very, very significant. But the mood here, would ask Power to pan and show the mood that is absolutely electrifying when you have hundreds of Karyakartas out here to listen to the Prime Minister in about less than an hour.
All right, so you have music of every kind there. You've got people from all over the country, and this pretty much, Gauri, is the template for every celebration. You can see turbans in the crowd, you can see songs from UP, Bihar playing, but I suspect a lot of, and earlier in the day, in fact, in Kolkata, you had March Bhat being served to all the people present in the BJP office, so that entire bogey of people from the outside trying to come and destroy Bengali culture, all of that. And just by the sheer weight of the vote that the people of West Bengal have given. But it's over to you, Gauri. What are you seeing around you? You've seen many, many celebrations, many such gatherings in the BJP headquarters, given their run at the hustings of late. But I suspect this one is going to be different.
This one is different, this one is extra special, and I'm really, trying to hear what you guys said, but I'm going to stick to the celebration here, the mood here, And again, the number of women who've actually been playing Sindoor Khela here. There are in fact tens of women who come here, who are camped here, and they were really keen on just listening and being part of the entire celebrations. And they are saying that this is something that they were working for, this is something that they were desperately hoping for, and they're all now looking at what Prime Minister Modi is going to say, because they feel that the message should be twofold. One should be about the government, and one should definitely be about the women. The women vote, which has been extremely instrumental here in Bengal. And yes, you're right about the turbans. Again, Pawan, just show around. The fact that there are now a lot of people from Punjab is because many people now are saying, ab Bengal ke baad agli bari Punjab ki. So look at the number of people. In fact, I spoke with Mandinder Singh Sirsa a short while back, and this is exactly what Mr. Sirsa said, that BJP now looks ahead for the next conquest, the next electoral battle, and the next electoral victory, which they are now gearing up for Punjab. But here, all eyes on Prime Minister Modi's address in less than 60 minutes from now. The mood here is absolutely electrifying.
Because like we've been saying, I think Assam and Kerala have somewhere been drowned out. 101, hat trick with a century. That's what Himanta Biswa Sarma, the Chief Minister of Assam, just tweeted. Amit Shah has just arrived at the BJP headquarters. And why this is important is because for 3 consecutive terms now, the BJP has taken power. And the only incumbent, it must be pointed out, barring Puducherry, that has managed to hold on. You had Bengal, you had Tamil Nadu, both being voted out, but it was only in Assam that the incumbent was voted back in, and with a greater mandate. So yes, there's that double celebration in store for them over there as well, Gauri.
Double celebration. You are right, Padmaja, that the Assam verdict is getting lost and drowned in the sheer celebrations of Bengal. But also one needs to keep in mind the citadel that has now been breached and the significance of the Bengal victory, and which is why Assam has been in the sideline. Doesn't make that victory any less important, but I guess the focus is right now on, and you have a lot of leaders who have arrived. Amit Shah, Home Minister, has already arrived here, and Prime Minister Modi, in fact, is expected to arrive in about 10 minutes from now. 6:30 is broadly when it is expected that the Prime Minister will be here. Before he addresses the Karyakartas, he will probably do that trademark Gamcha dance. Focus in the Bihar election campaign, and I also saw a glimpse of that right now in this Bengal celebrations, and my sense is that the Prime Minister may carry on with that as well today. And then of course is when he will speak to the cadre, speak to the base, speak to the rank and file. And one more important thing I want to point out is a short while back, every Karyakarta who was targeted and who lost her or his life after the 2021 poll violence was named, was remembered, and that memory matters. And I think that's extremely significant, because the 2021 post-poll violence, where the BJP cadre was really identified, hunted, targeted, you say what you want to, but all of those memories are being remembered here, and this victory sits on top of that, and that's the reason why it is being remembered, it is being spoken of. And the sense I get is that the Prime Minister is also going to make a reference to some of those cadres, some of those workers today in the speech.
You and just want to tell our viewers that there's a little bit of a lag because there are lots of jammers, Padmaja, that are active at the BJP headquarters in Delhi, where the Prime Minister will be arriving. It's a security zone, obviously, so please forgive us for a little bit of an audio glitch here and there, but we're doing our best to give you the best because we know how many people are watching us. Padmaja, before we take pictures from Chennai, we've got those Vijay pictures lined up. I want you to quickly just talk to us a little bit about Amit Shah's role in Bengal and why these pictures of him arriving there are so important. You were there in Bengal when he was on the campaign trail as well. What does Bengal mean to Amit Shah?
You know, it's very interesting you say that, because I remember in 2021, that was the time that the BJP thought they really will be able to make it past the majority mark. That moment was a huge setback, because West Bengal, they had put in everything. The Prime Minister had done multiple rallies. It was bang in the middle of COVID. And yet the entire machinery was at work in West Bengal. This time around, it wasn't just about overcoming all of what was being said about the BJP. You don't have enough booth level workers. Will you even have enough polling and counting agents? You have to put that machine in place. Do you know that 3 months in advance, you had workers, karyakartas, spokespersons, former ministers of the BJP who were in remote areas? I have met people from Rajasthan, people from Bihar, people from UP, from Sultanpur, who are sitting in Bengal for the last 3 months, and they are sitting not in Kolkata. They are sitting in some office, some village, from Cooch Bihar to Dinhata to Bankura to Purba Midnipur, and they're just sitting there, they're talking to the karyakartas. So Amit Shah had to do 2 things. 1, ensure that the Sangathan, the organization, is strengthened, and 2, to ensure that they do not lose their morale. Because it is a hell of a lot to come back from a situation where 68 of your workers have been killed in cold blood. And these are just the recorded incidents of murders. Then additionally, there were rapes. People were threatened. Houses were burned down. So you have to tell your rank and file, it's okay. We are going to be there right behind you. We're going to have your back.
And we need to fight again.
Fighting the fight for your life. And Amit Shah did both of that by saying, I'm here for 15 days, I'm going nowhere. And remember what Abhishek Banerjee said? He said, come the 4th of May, midnight, किसी का बाप भी तुम्हें नहीं बचा पाएगा. I will see which Jallad saves you. That is the kind of threat being issued. And through all of this, if you've managed to get that number, I think Amit Shah is going to be a very, very happy person.
And at the end of all of that, Trinamool's not even going to break the 100 mark. It's at 82 right now. Where these things are going to settle, it's 6:23 p.m. Padmaja, it looks like this is pretty much where things are solidifying. As you can see on your screens, viewer, NDTV has the agility to bridge Chennai and Delhi right now, because the 2 stories are, you know what, no journalist can choose between right now. That's why we're showing you both. On the left-hand side of your screen, you're looking at the first pictures of actor Vijay, Padmaja. After all these hours, he's finally emerged. Vijay Darshan is happening right now outside his residence.
So many puns, no? Vijay Rath,
Vijay Path,
Vijay Darshan,
Vijay Bhava, all of those things. Everyone's having fun with it.
The main branding can just be Vijay. That's it. It's Vijay.
It is Vijay. In fact, one of our shows this evening is just called Vijay as well. It's a news documentary on his entire, rise and how he managed to break this Dravidian duopoly in this election.
And since you're talking about the numbers, just take a pause and look at the numbers on your screen. In Tamil Nadu, you have TVK at 108. In West Bengal, you have got the BJP at 205. In Assam, you've got the BJP at 101. For anyone who thinks that, voters are being confused, that they are being bribed, that they are going to be pulled in different directions, the Indian voter, and I can't remember since 2014 any election where there has been even anything close to a hung election, clear mandates.
Decisiveness on screen.
Decisive, absolutely clear about what they want. And let's cut across, in fact, to Vasudha, who's waiting very patiently outside the office of the TVK, where I imagine all hell must have broken loose by now. Finally, people managing to catch a glimpse of Vijay. What's it like? What is that moment like? Describe it to us.
Well, Padmaja, I'm outside the Panayur office, and people have been waiting here since I think 11 a.m. And look at the fan club here. Look at this man. He's wearing a T-shirt, and he's been here. You've been here since morning, no?
ഞാൻ രാവിലെ വന്നു പക്ഷേ 2 ദിവസമായി ചെന്നൈയിൽ വന്നിട്ട്.
So he's speaking in Malayalam. He's not കേരളത്തിലെ കൂടെ റിസൾട്ട് ഉണ്ടതില്ല.
കേരളത്തിലെ ഞാൻ വിജയ് ജയിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഇവിടെ ജയിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഇവിടുത്തെ മക്കൾക്ക് വിജയ് മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിയാകാൻ വേണ്ടി ഞാൻ പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു. വേളാങ്കണ്ണി പോയി പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ച് ഇവിടെ മാതാവിനെല്ലാം അടിച്ചിരുന്നു. അതുപോലെ കേരളത്തിൽ കോൺഗ്രസ് വരാൻ വേണ്ടി ഞാൻ പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അതുപോലെ ഞാൻ പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ച പോലെ തന്നെ വിജയ് ഇവിടെ.
So he's very happy that Vijay has come to power here. He's a Malayali who has travelled all the way. He says that he also went to Velankani. But let me also, this is just a family. You're not party workers. You've come here to be part of celebrations.
We came here to celebrate the victory.
Okay. Why do you like Vijay so much?
That I can't answer. I've been his fan since I was second standard. Okay. Now my son is like 3 years old. So
what kind of chief minister do you expect Vijay to be?
I want him to be a nationalistic chief minister in India first, and then also, of course, Tamil second.
So what do you expect Vijay? What kind of a chief minister? எந்த மாதிரி முதலமைச்சர் ஆனோன்னு எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்றீங்க?
நல்லா ஆட்சி கொடுப்பார் நம்பிக்கை இருக்கு. நாங்கள் எதிர்பார்த்ததை விட நிறைய வெற்றி அடைச்சிட்டாரு. வீட்டில் இருக்கிற அந்த சின்ன சின்ன பசங்களால நிறைய தளபதிக்கு நிறைய சப்போர்ட் கிடைச்சது. அதேமாதிரி பெண்கள் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க, இளைஞர்கள் நிறைய சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க. எங்கள் அண்ணா வந்தது ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சி.
It's very interesting. He's saying that children have also propelled his victory, and he wants him to actually perform well. And he's also saying that this is something that he also didn't expect. This is a unprecedented victory, and he hopes that he becomes a good chief minister. Just to give you an update, the chief minister M.K. Stalin, who just lost elections from Kolattur, is in Arivalayam. He's having an introspection session with senior leaders. Vijay, of course, like you mentioned, is finally giving darshan to his supporters. And Neelankarai is just about 2 kilometers away from here. We are all on the East Coast Road. Fancy villas and resorts here. So everyone, it's an area with a lot of expensive houses and luxury houses. So next we can expect him to go to Loyola Counting Center, and after that probably come here because the barricades have come in.
But is he going to make a speech or address the workers and the fans today? Vasudha, you and I were on that road you're standing on just a few months ago when we went and met Vijay as part of the first national media team to spend some time with him. And now he's about to become the chief minister. Incredible what politics can do. But is he going to, we've got that few seconds of video footage of him inside the car. Is he going to face the crowds? Is he going to speak today?
Shiv, I've been trying to get in touch with all TVK leaders. Everybody is in the counting center. So this is also, a big challenge for them to understand what needs to be done. It's a new party. They're also coming to terms with handling with media and also, dispersing information. We're not very sure as to what Vijay will do. But yes, there are many people who have gathered here. The barricades have come. The transition is slowly taking place because I see even police deployment and policemen and policewomen here also talking about him. So gradually things are changing. We expect him to come and speak, but yes, crowd management is going to be a huge problem today and in the days to come.
Radhika is also there with us outside Loyola College. Are the loyalists of Vijay outside college celebrating? Over to you, Radhika.